And good evening, folks. So it's Cliff here, Fox It Outdoors. Welcome to another Saturday where I may or may not be completely drunk by the end of this thing. I am just kidding. I will be having a beverage, but I'm going to be trying to drink a little bit of water today because I'm freaking tired and dehydrated and frankly just worn out. So, as always, got my trusty bottle of water, my empty beverage glass for other things, and all of that wonderful jazz. So, get down to brass tacks. Good evening, everybody. Hope you are having a wonderful Saturday. How's it going, Cecilia? Good evening, Jason. Got a few things to showcase today just because I've been bored. And as I said a couple weeks ago, I am going to be working on some paracord projects that is part of one exhibit today. This was just a basic test. So, hey, good evening, Molly. I got your brass this middle finger. You know what? There, Blake. I'll see your middle finger and raise you a Peter Pepper, sucker. You can eat my freaking slitted pepper. Yeah, eat it, Blake. Eat it. All right, starting off good today. Got 4 or 5 people in here. Nice, nice, nice. That's how I like to see my life start. Wish I could get that more often, but I'm just happy to get people in here. Eat it, Blake. Eat it. And there's Deb, letting us know she is traveling. She is not driving. She is traveling. There's Colin. Good to see you, Colin. Hope everybody's doing well. How's your throat there feeling? How's your throat feeling there, Colin? Let's try that in English this time. So yeah, I got a couple things on the docket tonight. It is one of those fun days. So hopefully today will be somewhat exciting. I will try not to be droning on, troll, boring, and blah 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 today. Goddamn, Phil's dying over here. Well, I got some rando liking pictures. This is ought to be interesting. Oh, that's unfortunate. Good lord, man, I made that thing shit ass breakfast ages ago. God, when did I even make this? Damn, I forgot I tagged all these people. Damn. Jesus Christ, I've posted that photo almost 4 years ago. Alrighty then. Well, anywho's, forgot to like that comment. Hey, and there's Rabbit. How's it going, Rabbit? You darn right, Grace. I figured I would throw something out there that would, ooh, man, that would be eye-catching. Ooh, nice. Ooh, that sounds like fun, Deb. That sounds like extra fun. But anyways, I'm like zoning out over here. I'm checking my Instagram. Sorry, everything just I swear the minute I start my lives, everything just starts popping off on the random social medias that I have. Yeah, non-disclosure agreement. Again, the title's sort of kind of clickbaity. I did that on. Blake is on drugs. Blake needs the reading glasses prescription because that definitely says non-disclosure agreement, PDA. If anything, it would be FDF, funny drunk fox. But that's how that would go. All right, get the stuff out of the way. I'm almost caught up here. What random junk do I have today for that stuff? Right, anyways. Alright, that's over with, done with. I'm going to set my phone down here, so don't be sending me stuff. No. Ooh, mangoes. Mangoes, mangoes, mangoes. Woohoo, starting off pretty strong today. So, first and foremost, while we're here, obviously you guys have already seen it. This is just 2 of the like 15 or 20 I have on my plant right now, but I have some 2 nice Peter peppers. Sadly, I did not do a filming video of this because I was in a rush to get these just so I could get here to start the live showing you guys. But yeah, I've got some decent ones. I would do measure the length of these, and unfortunately, I left my measuring tape outside. But I'm looking at probably about 2.5, maybe 3 inches on this one, and about 2.5, maybe 2 1/4 on this one. This one's a little spongy, but that's because I left it on there a little too long. This one's still got a little bit of firmness to it. So it's nice to have a firm Peter pepper. I've been up to, I went down one. I was at 571. Man, me and Jason are racing. Jason's beating my ass on subs right now. But, I can smell the heat off of these just rubbing them. So let's rub these peppers in my eyes. I'm going to put some Peters. I'm going to rub my hot Peter in my eye. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of these things. My plants are 3 plants that survived out of the 7 are actually finally producing, and they're producing really well. Unfortunately, I have not done. I'm definitely gonna. No, I'm gonna rub my eye, my brown eye, and then. But anyways, spicy Peter. Deb, love you guys. You guys are hilarious. But yeah, I've got a ton of these things on my plant. No, I'm gonna play with my Peter. I wish I would have done more filming for the entry. I did enter for the contest for this. I completely forgot what channel it was. It was on Corky's channel, I think. Garden State Gardener and Corky. I don't remember the channel name specifically. That's how bad I am at this stuff. I honestly wasn't sure if my plants were even going to make it. So I did the planting. I never did any update videos. And yeah, so I've essentially, well, meow back to you, Macus Attackus, a Crackus, a Smackus, a Wackus. Ooh, fire sack. Did you inform Michael that that's a great way to get fire sack? I haven't had one yet. I think you need to get something in me first. I haven't eaten all day. But yeah, so peppers are doing well. My Tabascos are starting to finally go, so I should have a decent batch of Tabascos. I'm still hoping that my habanero actually makes it and produces 1 or 2 peppers this season before it kicks the bucket. Oh, I can make this incredibly inappropriate. I have my Peter pepper and I have 2 limes, or key limes, that fell off my key lime tree yesterday when I was sweeping. I was cleaning my patio and I hit the plant with my broom and 2 of them fell off, so I could make this entirely inappropriate. So definitely not be PG-13. I feel like bugs are crawling on me. Yeah, no worries, Grace. This is my channel. We all talk about weird shit here. My hair's all itchy. My brain's itchy. I was outside sweating my brains out for like 40 minutes trying to work on another project that I have going on outside, requiring me to use all my free lumber that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks. So there's all of that fun jazz. But yeah, anywho's, moving on. So I got the peppers are doing well. My Tabascos are going well. I've got my Peter peppers are doing fantastic. Not my habanero, my jalapenos are going crazy. I'm just waiting to see if I can't get some habaneros. I got one habanero plant that survived out of 6. Kind of sad, but it was my own fault. I kind of overwatered them, and I think I drowned them. But such is life. You live and you learn. Hopefully, I get something off of it that I can get some seeds. This way, I can get some decent seed stock for next year. I just need one pepper plant to give me enough seeds to grow for next year. And unfortunately, I did not grow any other peppers this year. I really wish I would have, but I was a little overwhelmed starting off the garden this year. I had too many projects going on at once, and I just could not accomplish everything. So, once again, live and learn. Oh, nice. Going to be making some jelly, or you doing? Well, it's about the only thing you can do with pawpaws, right? Is make jelly or jelly or jams. That's my jam, and it's definitely Schmuckers. It's basically cactus fruit. Colin, didn't you ever watch Mowgli with Baloo and what's that stupid monkey's name? I forgot his name. We're sitting there picking the pawpaws off the tree. Jungle Book. Jesus, my beans fart. Jungle Book was where I was going. I don't know where Mowgli was the. They did Mowgli, which was a more or less live action version of the Jungle Books, which wasn't too bad. It was actually fairly accurate for the most part. It was just weird seeing sort of anthropomorphic characters in that particular portrayal. But, it is what it is. Yeah, still sad that I lost my other fruit tree. So I'm hoping next year I can get some more. I'm gonna do something stupid, really stupid. If they have them, I'm gonna buy 2 of each. I'm pretty sure I got pawpaws down here. It's like a desert. It's like a cactus fruit. Isn't it kind of similar to like eating like a papaya? Even though I've never eaten a papaya, but I know that I kind of like know the texture of one. But yeah, so things. Ooh, I forgot to go harvest more beans. I was supposed to pull off. I got like 8 or 10 bean pods that I got to pull off my plants. I guess I'll do that tonight after the live is done. I go outside and do my nightly watering for my planties. Although it's been dropping down pretty good at night. Like I've been dropping down to like the mid to high 60s, mid 60s to low 70s, but it doesn't feel like the temperature's dropping outside. It still feels hot outside. But that's what happens when you live in the desert and the sun bakes the dirt for 12 hours and all that radiant heat backs out on you. Give me just a moment, folks. I'm going to be right back. I got to go check on my food. So I'm going to step out for just a brief moment. I'll throw you guys on this one so you don't have to see my messy ass bedroom without me in the way. 5 minutes, and then I gotta go get my food. It'll be cooked, so 6:47. Now run over there and get my food. Mango and banana. So, yeah, I think that would be the texture of a papaya, more or less. But anyways, so I guess moving on. So, aside from my garden, which is doing pretty good, I've got a couple of hefty cantaloupes growing right now. I got like 7 or 8 acorn squash, which is actually the best amount of acorn squash I've grown in 3 or 4 years. I think last year or the year before, I only got like 2 or 3. So I've almost like tripled what I'm growing now in acorn squash. And they're good-sized acorn squash. They're not little-ass ones. They're not some of the ones you see like in the stores, but then again, I'm not sitting there using a crap ton of fertilizer and modified growing organisms to get my stuff to grow. I just grow them in water and use a little bit of fertilizer here and there. Beans are doing good. I have that thing's like half full. You can actually see the level right there. About half full of dry beans. I should almost be able to fill that up here by the end of the season. Just picking off bean pods here and there, little by little. Weird plant again. It doesn't produce all at once. They grow in stages, and you have to collect them throughout the season. But I've got more than enough that if I really wanted to, I could run a whole stringer down my fence. Only problem is my fence is only 4 feet high. So I would get a lot of growth and then flop over, and then I don't know where they would go. But next year I plan on doing a few different things for the garden next year. I think I'm going to turn my entire front fence by the street into an entire green living wall, except for 2 feet at the end near the gates, and then I have a section that I can't really touch because I have to have the water meter visible for P&M, so I got to leave that section open, so I can't really use like the last 4.5, 5 feet of my fence. So I'm up about 7 feet roughly that I can't use, but I got sections where I've already started working on new plans for where I'm going to put things. Let's set these over here. Texture is like pudding. Alrighty. I've had a mango once, and I don't really like the texture of bananas anymore. But as long as it is a good texture that you guys like, no problemos. But yeah, aside from that, I mean, I don't really have a massive harvest of a lot of fruits and vegetables this year. A lot of this stuff just takes way too long to grow, and I don't have the patience or enough water to get a lot of this stuff growing. Yeah, I've still got sweet potatoes in mine. I've got two massive bushes. But sweet potatoes are really weird. Like, really weird. If you let the vines run along the ground, they'll set roots and they'll start regrowing off of the mother plant, but you have to have a large area and a lot of like good soil to do that. I'm growing mine in a raised planter with corn stalks, not actually corn. The corn pretty much stopped growing. I got nothing this year on my corn, none of them. The best corn stalk that I had growing out by the greenhouse, that one actually grew like 6 feet high, had 2 massive corn stalks on there. Ripped it open, there was like 6 corn kernels on each one. I was pissed. So I wasted all that time and energy growing corn, and I got nothing. Other than, I guess, organic material to throw into the compost mixes or into the garden beds next for over the winter season, so I can, have some sort of nutritional value for them next year. Yeah, I did not grow poblanos this year. I almost picked up a bunch of pepper plants. They had this weird plant. It's called a chili plant, and it looked exactly like Tabasco peppers. Cashews. I like cashews. But yeah, so again, oop, oh crap, I gotta go get my food. Be right back. Beep beep beep. Yeah, peck wants peck. Nope, I'm not rephrasing squat. Mom's yelling at me for talking about the woodpecker pecking my wood. No, woodpecker cannot peck my wood. I don't like the woodpecker pecking at my stuff. I need to set my... Oh, that's not going to work. That's got a hole in it. Yeah, I could dry it off and set it over here in the corner. Alrighty, let's see. Hatched peppers and roasted them over my bass burner. They are in the freezer for Christmas. Nice. I don't know. Sometimes breathing is not exactly the best thing to do. Depends on the situation. I mean, if you're having a bad day. Alrighty, see you back in a bit there, Deb. And so yeah, going back to outside and getting there before I start stuffing my face full of hot lasagna and maybe starting my beverage. So outside over here, I've been collecting free pallets and I've been taking them apart. So I acquired roughly 12 7-foot 2x4s, 4 of which are absolutely useless for me because they are... Nah, I never listen to my mom. I haven't listened to her for years. They are absolutely useless for anything. They are warped. I have one that's warped this way and this way at the same time. So it's warped in 2 different directions. I got 2 of them like that. One of them just straight, doesn't go flat. It goes like this, like straight curve. Probably about, I don't know, 5 or 6 degrees. I got like 3 or 4 of them, and then I got one that does this. It's like a little serpent. Sort of straight. It has a little bit of a curve, but it's wavy. You can't do anything with them. I've been like 6 or... I have, yeah, 6 of them are decent straight. The other half, absolutely frugged. Which sucks because I spent all that time taking those apart. And come to find out, half my boards are 100% useless. And then I did have one good pallet. It was a 4-foot pallet. And that one was 4-foot 2x4s. Took that one apart. That one's got some decent pallet wood on it, some heavy duty stuff. 3/4 inch by like 6 inch by 3 feet. And I had about 6 or 8 of those on there, so I can use that for paneling, which will be nice. Like I might make a door out of it. Aside from that, yeah, essentially what I'm doing is I'm making myself, it would essentially be by basic standards, a shed frame outside my window. but it's going to be what I'm turning into a shade house. So I know you guys have seen that like shade awning that I have that comes down over this way. I'm tired of running into the damn thing because that sucker's at like a 45-degree pitch from the top of the top of the on the eave outside to where it sits on my patio or the bricks out here. In order to walk under it, I constantly have to lean to get under there, or I have to walk sideways, which trying to carry stuff under there is a pain in the butt. So I am moving everything. I've got 4-foot wall. It's actually like 4'6", technically 4'4", because of the height of the 2x4s I'm doing the framing with. And then I'm just moving it back. So basically my awning is going to be out more at like a 35-degree angle, maybe 30 degrees. But it's going to give me, what it's doing is that it's allowing me to have more access and more workspace or usable patio space out here. So I can put plants on either side of the greenhouse, or shade house if I need be. But the back side facing the neighbor's house is going to have my water barrels. So I'm going to have my water up there. And I might actually just run the water into the shade house so I can have access to it in there. So I can water like more plants. Basically, it's going to allow me to grow plants inside the shade house along either the floor or on shelves, which my mom mentioned it. Wasn't even thinking about doing it. I have a bunch of shelving back here. I'm thinking about disassembling it and then rebuilding it and then setting it inside the shade house. So I'll have workspace in there to put more racks so I can grow plants in there during the summertime for my plants that are more shade tolerant, that don't need 100% direct sunlight. So plants that need, partial shade, partial sun, partial shade and partial sun. I think they'll be doing better in there because it'll be a little shaded. I'm essentially just going to shade it off. Or what I plan on doing is I plan on getting some plastic lattice or trellis. It's that plastic square shit that's, I don't know, because it's plastic lattices. I don't know. Let me see what this crap is called. Yeah, there we go. I was right. It is plastic lattices. So essentially, plastic lattices. I'm gonna go get me a couple of sheets of it, and then I'm gonna cover the outside of the shade house with it, and then I'll actually cover it with shade screen or shade cloth. So finishing this up may or may not cost me an additional $100 to $200, but I think I can honestly finish it less than that. But I still have to go buy like 6 more 2x4s, which really sucks. I might as well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well just buy 8 of them. That way, if I need anything else, I can do whatchamacallit, I can have some extra pieces. No worries. But yeah, so I've got basically essentially 4'6" sub walls. I'm going to do 2 of those, and then I'm going to have one 7-foot. The entryway is going to be 7 foot because I have to have something to put them up. I'm still using my 7-foot, so it's going to be 7 foot by 7 foot, and then I'm going to have 2-foot wall, 2-foot entry, or 2.5-foot entry, or 2 foot, and then like a 2.5 back wall. But I need something to keep that all together, so I have to go 7 foot high. As I was thinking of just doing it a 4-foot pony wall with a 2-foot section, doorway, and then another 2-foot section, but then I have nothing to hold it together so it doesn't fall over in the wind. So I just decided at last minute I'm just going to do one 7-foot high wall, and that'll be that. Standard pallets. Big blue pallets, they don't usually give to people because those things are worth like $70 or $80. They're designed for like most of your soda companies or any sort of like beverage company that sells them. They're usually transport only. But yeah, it was shit. I don't think I took pictures of it. I gotta learn to start doing before and after. Yeah, Walmart has tons of them, but they usually don't like to give them away. Every once in a while, you can get lucky, and like Home Depot and Lowe's will give you their pallets, because most of the time they just throw them away. They usually have no use for them. Yeah, I'm planning on getting the plastic ones. I like the look of the wood ones, but the problem is with the wood ones is they degrade too fast. And unfortunately, they only come in one color, and that's 2x4 brown. But the plastic lattice, you can get it in brown, white, and black. I haven't run across blue ones yet, but I have run across the brown, white, and the black. And I think with the sections, it'll be easier. I can just get one full section, nail it on there, or anchor it, drill a hole. I'm going to drill a hole and then just screw it on there. Essentially, just screw them onto the front and the sides. And then I might have to cut some thin ones for my 2-foot walls. But yeah, aside from that, I think with that and the shade cloth, it'll give me a shade house with a good amount of shade covering. And it's just giving me more space to grow plants, because all of the space basically down behind my window, after I took my little 6-foot shelf apart down there to clear it out, I haven't had anything under there because it's just a useless workspace with the way that shade cloth was set up. So with the new design, I am definitely looking forward to the increased square footage. So I'm basically getting like 144 square feet of roughly of space that I can work with now. And if I have to in the wintertime, I can run this to run some heat out there. Because I think between the lattice and the shade screen or shade cloth, I can get a decent amount of heat, not saved in there, but it'll stay fairly warm. And if I have to, I can wrap it in plastic. I got tons of it, even just for like a winter season. Which just means I'd have to finish building the shed wall itself, so it'd have to be a full 7x7 shed framework, not true shed. There won't be unless I really wanted to. No, I don't think I'm going to put the roof on it. Although if I did, I'd be able to collect more water. That's what? 7x7, so 49 square foot of surface that I can collect more water from if I decided to. But I'm not going to do it. I really don't feel like sitting there cutting a whole bunch of pieces at like 30 degrees or even 20 degrees to get like just a small pitch off of the roof. I can deal with not having. I got enough surface area on the ceiling. It's on the main house roof to collect plenty of water when it rains. I just stabbed myself with a fork. But yeah, so that's the project I've been working on the last couple of days. I am trying to make myself as busy as possible. I don't like sitting around doing nothing. I get bored doing that enough at work. The worst part is I get tired of being inside, and I get tired of being outside. I'm going to call in to give more detail on your question. These are hot tub pallets. So they're like 7 foot by 4 foot. Like fairly, I wouldn't say fairly heavy duty. The pallet slats are rather on the thin side. And it's basically just what they use for like if you got like a 7 or 8 foot hot tub. It's just something to go under the hot tub so you don't ruin the bottom of the hot tub with the forklift forks. Because most hot tubs, there's really not a lot to the bottom of a hot tub. Because a hot tub is basically just expanded foam in a framework box or basically a shell. And then they put basically the part where you sit in and all the plumbing, turn that sucker upside down, make sure everything's all in place where it's got to be, and then expanding foam, they spray the inside with expansion foam, and then just cut the bottom of it off when it's above the casing. Or if your hot tub actually has a bottom, They spray a certain amount of expanding foam in there so it expands just enough to where it touches the frame or like the case on the bottom. But for the most part, if you ever flip a hot tub upside down, that's all you're going to see is the foam. And then like maybe 1 or 2 water lines that might happen to be down on the bottom half of that. Yeah, essentially it's just a hot tub pallet. So 7 foot by like 4 feet wide. Yeah, I think they're about 4 feet wide, maybe 4.5. But I'm pretty sure close to 4. It's just a really long pallet. It's no different than a standard pallet. The only difference with these ones is it was solid 2x4 framework instead of the standard standard pallets that have the notches cut out in between the posts. So that's basically so they can run the forklifts or the pallet jack up under it and then lift it off the ground without causing any damage. But I got lucky on these ones. I had like 4 7-foot pallets, so lots of free wood. Lots of free wood. Now, did I have 4 or 5? I think I got 4. Yeah, I got 4 of them, so I had a ton of 2x4s. And current price of a standard 2x4, I did 2x4 by 8, was $4.22. And I had like 12 of those. So like $50 worth of goddamn free 2x4s. More or less. Plus all the rest of the stuff. I got a bunch of free nails and a bunch of scrap wood that I can do random projects with. But yeah, I'll be working on that over the course of the next couple of weeks. It might not take me more than 2 weeks to get it finished. I was trying to work on a little bit out there today, but I need more straight pieces, and like I said, I got to go buy like 5 more 2x. Or I might just get 8 just so I have enough. Because I still want to do the back wall against this here, but I have to do a short wall around the security screen on my door out here, or my window. So I can't really go much wider than the actual window itself because I have a wrought iron security gate like on the outside of my window. So I have to make sure I keep that open and free. Although, to be honest, if there's an emergency, I'm just walking out my front door. There's no need to barricade myself in my bedroom. I mean, I could, but anyone dumb enough to try to break in probably gonna get injured. We'll just say that. So there's that project, and then finishing with that one. Like I said, a couple weeks ago, I got a bunch of glow-in-the-dark or like 2 weeks ago, I got a box of glow-in-the-dark paracord. I'm going to be working on a bunch of random paracord projects. Probably starting next month. You know what? I'm going to start them in November. I think starting in November, I'm going to start taking commissioned paracord projects. So, commissioned means paid. So, unfortunately, I will not be doing a lot of free work. You might get a bonus if I am so inclined to send you a bonus with said paracord project. But right now, I just have this one. I did this one last night in like 15 minutes. Yeah, those are the expensive hot tubs. But yeah, so here's one of the little paracord projects. Just some, I'd say urban camo, or God, was the kind of like Marpat, I guess, is what this would be, like Marpat camo. Like, come on, you fucker, focus. It's not gonna want to focus because my fat head's in the way. There we go. Oh, it still doesn't really doesn't want to focus. There we go. So that's the pattern on there. Standard Cobra weave on a little slipper knot. So this will actually pull out, so you can put stuff on here and tighten it up, and you can have that as like a little dangler. But just kind of like a little key fob sort of thing. So you can do it however you want. Put your keys on there. You can wrap that on something, tighten it up, and It's got a fairly good hold on there. So that's, I mean, that was just a test last night. I wanted to see what I can do. I was working on another one yesterday, but I was way too mentally done. Yeah, I got a little wangle on my dangle. I was working on this one with some of my glow-in-the-dark stuff. The same concept. I got to make sure I don't get this in my lasagna. So I was trying to work on the paracord with the, this is the glow cord. So this version here with the micro cord, this is the micro glow cord, something similar to this. I wanted to see if I could do it with a smaller version to see how much I can actually get on there. Now, the spool that I have, this was the stuff that I had left over. It was a really short spool. I think it was only like 12 or 13 feet. But I think I can get this whole thing done. But I'm not going to do that now. Like I said, I was working on it yesterday, but at some point my brain was like, I couldn't process alternating the braid itself. So I was struggling like big time. So I will probably try to continue working on that tonight when I'm not, 100% brain dead. Because, yeah, yesterday I physically could not. That was as far as I got, was at like 1/4 inch before I had to stop. I just couldn't think anymore. But I've got numerous colors. I can do these in various colors. I just had some extra Marpat camo pattern thingy here that I was just trying it out with. And oddly enough, when I finished this, I only had to cut off like 1/4 inch, if that, maybe like 1 centimeter off at each end before sealing it. So they are heat sealed on both sides. And unfortunately, I don't think this is a quick unravel because it is technically knotted right here in the overhand. I do have it like woven into itself, so it's not going to be like a standard quick release. Because normally with these, you run it, the quick release version, it's all one piece. So when you run it quick release, you just pull one end and it just unravels all the way through. This one, unfortunately, like I said, is not going to unravel all the way through. But it does give you the option for a lot of things. So, I mean, for instance, you can do them this way. You've got, that loop is more than enough to get this to loop through on just about anything you want. And then, like I said, you can tighten it up there and then just give it a little pull. And you have a little key fob with just a little extra. So even if you wanted to, you could put like another key ring through that little spot there. That's what I got here. Hamster chicken sandwich. I got a pack-attach carabiner clip here, so you can always get a carabiner or something in there like that. So, I mean, there's that. The knot's really not going to be in the way, to be dead honest. If you're using like a carabiner style, like, you get used to using these, so that knot really won't be in the way. You can also do it the other way around, so your loop end here is attached to the carabiner. But again, that'll be your preference if you decide on that. But yeah, so these are going to be, like I said, this is going to be part of my little projects that I'm going to be running next month, starting in November. I think I'm going to do a couple of just random paracord projects because I feel the need to. Winter sucks. I hate winter time. I like winter, but at the same time, I hate winter because it's can't do much because everything's closed and it's dark at like 5 o'clock, and I get bored sitting inside for like 12 hours. We are getting close to the mark here. And aside from that, I think for more or less news and updates, that's pretty much all I have. So, yeah, just a couple paracord projects that I'm going to have in the works. I know I have two right now that I'm gonna have to start getting the materials for soon. A third one technically down the road, but I can get that one later. I was told that it's not that one's not a rush job. But yeah, so like I said, I got the whole box of glow in the dark cord. I've got all my colors down here in my other paracord box. I'm waiting on my current order to come in. I should be getting it in the next day or two. So I'm probably going to see it on Monday or Tuesday, most likely. I did get an update confirmation yesterday. I checked. It did say it was shipped, so maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. And I think I got 1,000 foot of rose gold paracord. Gorgeous color, honestly. It's kind of like a peachish color. I don't really have anything here. You know what? This DVD color. This actually might. No, that's the wrong color. Yeah, I don't know. It's a really odd color to describe. I might. Let me see if I can find it on my Instagram. I can show you guys. Somebody's messaging me. Hey, told you people not to bug me. Excuse me. Okay. Ha! Blake. That's who. Alright, I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Blake gave me the. He had to message me directly with a middle finger. I will accept it. Let's see. Oh, wow. Thank you, computer fat fingers. I cannot type on these little tiny screens. God. So this is essentially what it looks like. The colors on here are not going to do it justice, and I know my phone's sideways, but that's it. It's not a pink, trust me. It looks kind of pink on screen, but it's rose gold. So like if you mixed like a red rose and gold coloring together, that's kind of what they got. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. It would be essentially like a shiny pink, but it's not quite pink. So I got 1,000 feet of that. That'll be part of stuff that I'm going to be working on as one of my projects. They'll just be random ones I can do for various things here and there. I just kind of liked the color when I got the notification, so I was like, ooh, I'm going to have to go buy some. I think it'll be interesting for the contrast between that and some of the other colors I have. Because I get most of the time I get like basic colors with the occasional like interesting color. Like this one here. This isn't really paracord. This is, you get like 50 feet of this, and then 4 of these little doohickeys. 4 of these little guys. Comes with 3 holes. Yeah, you can kind of see all 3 of them there. These are line tensioners. Essentially what this stuff comes in, it comes in a 50-foot hank, and it's a guy line tensioning kit. So you get, like I said, you get the 4 little rings. They're aluminum. Might be aircraft aluminum. I don't know. they're like all four of them don't weigh, I don't think, more than like maybe 1.5 grams. And then you have, this is reflective guy line. So basically it's just like a replacement kit for any of your tarp, rope, or tent guy lines. And honestly, there's more than enough on here with a 50-foot to do more than what you need. I think I cut each one of mine at like 8 feet, something like that. That's 32 feet there. Plus I have like 1.5 to 2 feet on the side to like pull out my sidewalls for my ventilation on the bottom or in the middle. And then I still have, I think this is like 10 or 15. I think it's like 15 feet left. So mind you, it is a little expensive. These are on a little bit of the pricey range. I think they're like $30, 25 to 30 is what they range. But I have another set somewhere. I just don't know where the hell it went. But yeah, I have like odd colors like that like everywhere. Oh, you know what? I just realized I do not have my YouTube chat up. Doesn't really make a difference whether I do have it or not, because it's not like YouTube wants to put my freaking stuff out there. Peckers. Good shit. There we go. Had to mute myself. There we go. All right, give me just a moment to get this squared away, and then I'll throw the thing to bottom. I think Jason's doing the same thing I'm doing, is munching. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people without mental disorders. Although then again, if you're acquainted with me, you have to have a mental disorder. Otherwise, we would not get along. So I don't like normal people. Normal people scare me. All right, well, that's an interesting weekly code. So let's get this one up here. Oh, God, why do I click on the wrong screen every time? I know what I'm doing, and at the same time, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so there's that. So let's see how long it takes for people to get in here, because I'm not going to leave that up there very long. I do not want to risk the chance of having to deal with stupid trolls tonight. And there's one Mr. Colin.
How you doing?
Sounds like he ate a horse frog. And there's one Mr. Jason.
Yep, for a half a second.
How's everybody doing?
My message is like an awning on an RV in the wind. It has been retracted.
Oh, by the way, that last thing you showed for the cordage, that'd make an awesome slip knot.
It doesn't play music well enough.
I know.
Yeah. That's a good band, by the way.
Yeah, if you made
Where
that
are they
thing
from
again?
Yeah, Iowa.
Here, this one here?
Yeah, so if you made that tail like about 8 feet long, you can make a nice little, something and just cinch it down.
Oh yeah.
Like a tarp.
Let me see if I can get this out of here.
The only thing is, in order to have that much tie downs, that would cause a lot of extra weight. Because those things are
It would
heavy.
be a little heavy, but you don't necessarily have to do it all on the same end. You don't have to
It'd be
braid this
great for
all
like
the way to the
a
end.
hammock or something.
Yeah, you just, put your clip through there, clip it on there, and just, cinch it down and tie it.
How about a hammock,
Actually, if I could get this on
Neil
here.
or Jason?
Good.
Say what?
Something for a hammock. Possibly.
Kind of think mentally. Because, I mean, they use a similar knot when you do like the Mad Max style braidage. That's how they. That one actually, that bracelet does not actually have a standard closer, and I think it has like a loop end, and then you have the end on this side, and they just lock them in. Goes like that.
Yeah.
And then it just locks in that way. It's basically a tension hold. But normally you'll have just a little bit more cordage on one side, so you don't have too much of a loose end. You just have it just loose enough
Tying
to
up
get
loose
the
ends.
stopper knot in there, and then you tighten it and it tensions up. But yeah, I mean, essentially that'd be like a little bracelet for like a 3-year-old.
Speaking of bracelets, Ian said, surprise him after I give you his measurements. Is what he said.
Okay.
He did make one request. He does like the metal clasps.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got 4 left. I'm gonna have to buy some more because yeah, so these are the last 4 I have. And what really sucks is in order to make those with that unit, I have to have 2 of them. Because of the way I have to set up the thing to work it. So I actually have to use 2 of them in order to make 1 bracelet. So I always have to have an extra one.
I'll get his measurements for his wrist tomorrow. You want me to measure either wrist or just one wrist?
Doesn't matter. Whichever. Well, what wrist does he normally wear stuff on? That's the only thing.
I don't know. He's right-handed, though.
I'm right and left-handed, but I wear on both. I'm weird.
I'm left-handed. I wear it on my right. I don't like putting things on my left hand.
Well, your left and right should not vary in size more than like an 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah, I just don't like things on my wrist anymore.
I don't mind this one. I'm used to it. I used to wear when I wear watches is the hand I wore them on.
Yeah, like I said, after so many years having to wear all the protective equipment, I just don't wear anything anymore. I'll get my dinner.
Oh, Blake's already leaving?
And
Man.
Dad just got back.
Yeah, Deb got back and Blake is leaving.
Be well, Blake.
Usually he just fades out like a candle. That's all right. I still love you like a... Ooh, going fishing. All right. That I can accept that. Grace, Deb's not recouping. She just unloaded a van into the house, and she just came back from a party thingy that was interesting. And I'm over here talking about beans. Hey, Sarah, long time no see. How you doing?
Hey, Sarah.
Apparently she wanted to jump in and say hi to everybody, and then wanted to jump in and say hi to everybody. Sometimes... Ooh!
Oh, she fell the other day, apparently.
You know, serious and joking at the same time, and joking aside, more or less, y'all gotta learn to lift your feet.
I slipped on something on the ground. It was not something I could control.
You tripped on a cord.
Slipped. No, I slipped on something under the stupid crap. Because I couldn't see it.
He slipped and fell and still lived to tell. The tale of another day.
My knee didn't.
You must have needed a vacation.
Ha ha ha. This is that kind of vacation I would not wish on anybody. It sucks. I'd rather be away from home as being stuck at home. Trust me. I've got a 10-pound weight
situation.
Huh?
It depends on the situation.
I can only do so much. I'm not allowed to lift things over 10 pounds.
Yeah, vacuum don't weigh 10 pounds. You can always vacuum the carpet.
What carpet? I have hardwood floors.
Ooh. Well, that's always interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get my beverage mix. Jason, are you partaking tonight or negative?
All right, you owe me a 1.
He went to get food.
Cliff, you owe me a
That's
1.
him to tell me. I got my food right here.
See, look, there's a 1 right there.
Yeah, there's another one. When you said 1, it was like 10 minutes into the thing, and I wasn't even getting ready yet.
Well, I figured you just drink your drink you had in your hand.
Yeah.
All right. We get the mighty beverage. Deb is raising hand above my head. Too late for the boots. Save the watch. Gonna have to start calling her Bootstrap Deb. Oh, I thought I was muted for a second. There's like no response. Everybody's dead. Everybody dead. Everybody dead. Everybody dead. Nobody is alive. We are all zombies.
Sounds like in the vein of Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
Yes.
That's his weed song, though, isn't it? Just random stuff just always pops into my head at times of random names and which is worse that you're making a reference to it and we actually understanding the reference, even though it has nothing. It's just on the connotations of what you're saying.
Hey, if you guys get the reference, it just means you're cultured.
Hey, it's Jay and Silent Bob. That was my generation too.
I missed it, so I wasn't in here.
No, I was singing that everybody's dead, nobody's alive, because we're all dead.
To the tone of Weed and Beers.
Bob and Silent J.
By Jay and Silent Bob.
What, Bob and Silent J?
Thing is, who knows what their last names are?
Oh, God.
I don't think they have last names.
They have last names. Because I know his name is not Silent Bob. His name is actually.
I know the actor.
I know too, but I know his actual.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, that's his last name is Smith.
That's not their character names.
Their character names? No, their actual character names. I don't think they have last names. They're just Jay and Silent Bob.
Right. Too late for the boost. Save the watch. Whatever that means.
To what?
What Deb just said. I'm trying to catch the reference.
Oh, for tripping.
About the boots and the watch?
Yeah, it's too late for the boots. Save the watch.
I don't get it.
When you biff and you eat it, it's too late to save your shoes. You don't want to smash your $2,000 watch.
You know how you do that? Don't get a $2,000 watch.
You also don't buy a Rolex because that's stupid. Let's buy an authentic Rolex and just walk around sporting a $10,000 watch.
There is a watch.
That's how you gonna get rolled?
There's a Swiss watch. It's for it's like a diving watch, but it's like better than that. It's like one of the toughest watches on the planet, and it's self-winding. So it never needs batteries.
What if I wore it?
Not really. He said, "Oh, crap's getting deep in here."
What shit? There's no shit in here. Blake already left. Just
25
kidding,
is
Blake, if
alive.
you're still watching. I love you like a brother.
Yeah, Johnny 5 is alive.
Johnny's here? What?
Shit, I wish. His ass working right now.
I would love to talk to Johnny again.
He probably mid-shift on a freaking dinner rush.
On the third job, right?
You know, I don't even know anymore.
I've only gotten random messages from him, especially on different things.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's still working at his friend's taco truck or if him and Ann
No, he's
actually
no
have their
longer
own
working
business
at the
going.
taco truck. I do know that.
I'm
I
gonna
just
double
don't know what
lasagna.
he's doing at the moment. I do know that his
No.
daughter just had a birthday, I think. And Jet just had a birthday. So I don't know more than that. I've been watching him on Instagram, so I don't know. Jet likes to post. I do know that. I get a lot of notifications from him.
I get notifications from him all the time. But he watches freaking Sean Hannity, and I want to punch a dude right in the throat.
I have no idea who that is. Is that good or bad that I don't know who he is?
Probably a good thing.
Okay, then I'm not going to worry about it then.
I don't know either. So
Yeah. Can't say that I am aware of that, Grace, but probably served him right.
Box.
That's what you get for walking around with that stuff.
Listen.
Especially at this day and age, man. You get rolled for shoes. If you're wearing like freaking some like high-end Jordans, you'll get rolled for like a $250 pair of shoes. So yeah, getting shot over a Rolex.
I
Dead
heard
on,
about-
serves him right.
I heard about a little kid who almost got jumped because of the color of his hat. The thing is,
Depends on the territory you're in.
no. It wasn't about that. It was about it was a political reason, not a gang related.
Yeah, because he's probably wearing
Trump.
one of those hats.
No, he was wearing his own personal hat from his school. It just happened to have the same colors as Trump.
Yeah.
They jumped him. No, actually, no. It reversed that. It was from his opponent at the time. So I don't know exactly what happened, but he got jumped, and oh my God, his dad and older brother went ballistic on the people. They ended up in jail. Over enthusiastic is what they tried to claim, but you don't jump a kid. I don't care who you are.
You can jump a kid if you're Evel Knievel and they're like laying on the street, but
No, there's four 20-somethings, and the kid was probably about 12.
that essentially would be child abuse.
Pretty much. They didn't even know who he was. They just saw the color of his hat and jumped him, assuming that it was, something political. Oh, come here. This is Fluffernutter, otherwise known as Ninja, or we call her Little Miss.
Ninja.
You don't get to see
Ninja,
her
Ninja,
very
Ninja,
much.
Ninja.
that cat sounded so upset.
She's not used to being picked up.
That cat's, I'm not used to even seeing that cat. Meow.
Well, Mac chases her around, but
Colin,
all the time she gets up in my lap and all the time.
Colin,
Yeah,
when you you gotta laugh like this.
I can't do it.
Oh God, what was that other movie where the dude had the little teacup chihuahua and he was trying to like demolish a building?
That was Dr. No or something like that. It was Mr. Bond. No,
No, it wasn't a
They had a
Bond one.
Chihuahua, hun.
And like they caught the dude because he was like, the way he held the dog was like he held the dog like this, but you never saw the dude's thumb. And they caught him and figured out that he was basically sticking his thumb in the dog's butt the whole time while holding the dog.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And I can't remember the name of that movie. It was dumb as hell. Like they were trying to demolish this building these guys were living in because the landlord didn't want to fix it, and they were trying to. He was trying to get bought out by some random company, and this dude was like in cahoots with a car lot. So they basically filled like one of their most expensive cars with a bunch of dead hookers.
I'd never heard of that one.
It was stupid as hell. I can't remind me of it.
I have no clue. I've never even heard of anything remotely like that. I'm not on the movie kick that you are today, apparently.
No, I'm not a movie kick either. Just my brain is I'm everywhere.
The only thing I've been really doing today was having to get a trickle charger for Jenny's car because we think her alternator is going out.
It's not that far.
Yes, we know. But we can't talk to the dealership until Monday. To what we can talk
that you don't have anybody close that actually knows how to work on vehicles.
Well, we do, but we can't. But they're not cheap.
Aside from your actual mechanic.
No one. No. My nephew, who is a mechanic, but he's down in Eddyville, which is like 50 miles away.
I'm surprised you don't do a background check on that car.
I didn't. It's not even in my name. You got to talk to Jenny. But the thing is, they said, why didn't you do a background check on the car? Carfax type of thing. Well, they said they replaced a bunch of parts, which included the alternator and battery and stuff. But her car died on the way home last night from picking up Ian. I give her a jump, starts right up, she drives home.
Yeah, it's definitely the alternator.
Yeah.
So I could not afford.
Or the battery can't hold the charge.
Well, the thing is, the battery is in a weird place where you just can't replace it yourself. It's down underneath in a weird spot. No, it's a Dodge Avenger.
Ooh. Lasagna.
No, but I went and picked up a charger today. I would have bought the one that could test the alternator out, but I couldn't afford it. I only had enough to get.
That must have been in LA in the 80s.
Where their pants wearing war around their butt or what?
No, just talking about the
gangs.
Yeah,
plaid.
Yeah, that was a big thing in the 80s, 90s.
Nowadays, you can't get everybody likes plaid. Don't ask me why. They just do.
Can we please stop saying plaid?
Plaid.
Before I go there?
Dead man don't wear plaid.
It's gone fast. People like, they've gone plaid.
Thank you, Jason. Somebody got where I was going with this.
Well, I knew what you said, but I was actually making a movie reference myself.
Don't think I've watched that particular movie.
That is a Steve Martin movie.
Which one?
Dead Man Don't Wear Plaid.
I was never really a big fan of Steve Martin.
He's got some good movies. And he can play the hell out of the banjo like nobody's business. He's really good.
All right. Keep him away from your daughters, your mothers, and your sisters. Because if you can play the banjo...
He was actually doing a duet on Instagram. Not that song. It's actually... he does do a lot of bluegrass, but he's really
Victorville in mid-90s.
It was just this year he posted on Instagram.
I follow like maybe 4 celebrities on Instagram, and they rarely post anything.
No, I do know that he's I think the name of his band has something to do with a train. I can't remember.
Well, it definitely can't be Soul Train because
no. Victorville, yeah, okay. Believe me, I don't miss that place.
I don't miss California. I'm just waiting for it to fall in the ocean.
Actually, I like the Eastern Sierras, the rural areas.
That little clip snippet you just heard, that was him.
I didn't hear nothing.
Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm not getting whacked by YouTube, so I won't be playing it.
There you go. Little snippet from Steve Martin. Almost as good as was it Jeff Daniels, who can play the guitar. Not sure. Oh, and he's
gone.
Done. Hit the timer. He's done. Record time.
What? I'll get you. Oh no, I'm fine.
All I got left is tortillas.
Tortillas?
And Tootsie Roll.
The tortillas?
Tortillas.
Yeah, if you put them on the record player, they play some awful music.
Yeah, it's probably B flat music too. Making some dough. Making some dough.
Drinking beers.
Tortilla slap. I have, I think, like 4 tortillas left. Nope, 3 tortillas left, so I can make 3 more cold quesadillas.
Oh, I thought you'd make a lasagna burrito.
No, that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. It'd be Lazarito. No, I'm going to do 5 tonight because, I feel like not sleeping tonight before I go to work tomorrow.
No, I've used spaghetti before and put it in a tortilla and made a little burrito out of it.
I've done that.
I've also done peanut butter and jelly too.
Done that. That's not too bad. It's an odd taste because you're not used to tortilla and peanut butter. That one is more like a texture thing.
Yeah. Well, if
You
you
don't
want
normally grow up eating peanut butter and jelly on a tortilla.
but
Remember the rally or the?
Yeah.
There are no circulating Alps.
with what?
Alps.
Oh yeah, Alpha K. Yeah, I saw that meme. With that thing that's going on in Chicago, yeah.
I thought you said the word Alf, and I'm like, I'm really thankful that they've not remade that TV series nor made a movie past when they originally did it.
They did a TV movie
Yeah, only when the TV series was airing.
after.
I'm thankful that they've never decided to remake that.
Hey, it was so entertaining in the at the time.
That
It
the
really
first
was,
one.
but I think
Puppet was a first was a lead character.
I think nowadays that series would be way too controversial.
Yeah. Actually, Jim Carrey did one. That I think
All in the family? Oh yeah.
No, Jim Carrey did one, and it didn't last. It was called The Candy Factory or something like that. It was not very good. Didn't last very long. A lot of puppets. But I got a song that Jeff Daniels did. It was actually pretty good, which I like. But I'm not sure if you want to hear it or not.
We do not have Amanda here tonight.
No, we do not.
She was over at Tyler's earlier.
No, she was on Ajax?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm not going to message her. If she shows up, she shows up. If she doesn't show up, she doesn't show up. She knows when I go live.
He wrote a song called he sung a song called How I Got to Memphis.
On a bus.
Well,
Even though in West Philadelphia.
you're born and raised
Yes.
on the playgrounds where you spent most of your days.
Ooh, I have the black cordage. Not really cordage. I know black and white is like the standard, like, basic ass color for stuff. But now that I think about it, Where's the internet thing?
Oh yeah, a lot of ones in the chat today.
Yeah, it's because just the messing with Cecilia. I keep telling her I'm gonna have like 5 drinks. What do you? How do you think that that contrast?
Looks like a checkerboard.
Like that particular color combination, where the hell did I put it this time? With something like this, so you have like the black would be the loopage, and then the like glow in the dark would be the braid. Scooter.
Too bad you can't spell a word while you're out of the black cordage that is offset by the glow in the dark cordage.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, you got a dark, like, I can't even say it's a neutral color because it's not. It's just a normal color. Everything like you see is black. It's either black, gray, brown, or green, or blue. But yeah, I was thinking of looking at it, and I was like, "Ooh, that might be an interesting one. Do a wrap with a glow in the dark versus that one."
Oh, that reminds me. I sent a paracord bracelet to Mandy along with the other stuff. A pink one.
Yes.
Not as good as yours, but it is pink, at least. It was for breast cancer awareness, but it was pink. That's all that matters.
I don't know if mine would be necessarily considered good. I just put more effort into making mine than most companies will.
Well, good to me means you have the decent hardware, not plastic.
I've actually had one with plastic buckles that I've been wearing for like 8 years and hasn't broke yet.
Every time I go to the Watcher County Flea Market, there's this one kid who's got autism who does his own booth of paracord bracelets and stuff. I would buy his stuff if it wasn't for the fact that all his hardware is plastic. And I mean, he's good, but I mean, I want something.
How much is he charging for him? Like $3 to $5?
About between 5 and 10. But he's got some. I mean, he does stuff like you do, but I mean, that's not really big on the hardware.
Yeah, like I said, I put a little bit more effort into mine. They take a little longer, but I mean,
he sells a lot of them though.
It's like $100, something like that.
I saw him at the state fair. Actually, he was at the state fair too.
I put it in the private chat.
Yeah, I think he said somewhere around like 100 to send it out there.
It was like 90, but I actually had a lot of stuff I put in there with it. I threw a bunch of stickers. I threw in her vest, her paracord bracelet, her flashlight, and a few other things.
Yeah, it costs a lot to ship stuff out of here. I want it to be
close to $100 though. And I put a little extra because I wanted tracking to make sure that the stuff got to her. I can keep track of it.
Gotcha.
Because that way you can, because she has to go through customs several times. So it's prudent. And a little insurance on it doesn't hurt either.
Paracord stuff, when I send it, I don't bother with the insurance. I just usually do the tracking just to make sure it gets there. But, I mean, majority of the time, the post office is going to ask you how much the stuff you got in there. Usually tell them like $5-10, and they already put it. They just attach it to the standard postage fee or whatever. Might be an extra
put down $100 because I'm sorry, the Carhartt vest alone would have been over $100 by itself. So I had to put it down as 25 because that's what she paid me for it. I got it for free.
I have a Carhartt jacket. It's sadly, it's actually the same color as my damn shirt. And
you got
it was like $65-70 when I bought that and I bought that 20 years ago.
Yeah, you don't have to wear it very much though.
I don't wear it very much because the damn thing's hot.
It's the whole point of it being a Carhartt.
It hasn't gotten cold enough to the fact that I had to wear that thing down here. Most of the time I walk around with a sweatshirt and that's it.
I can tell you, you're a farmer, Cliff. You know why? You went like this.
Well, I was just showing off my shirt. I didn't mean to do the terrible ass. Dude, it looks like somebody dipped my arm in peanut butter, and then the rest of this was like bleach.
Yep.
The other side's not nearly as bad, but you should see the like.
That's the one you stick out the window of your truck, right?
It's also the direction I face the sun most of the time.
Sorry, just making an observation.
Yeah, no, you honestly, like the standard like neck collar around the back. You should see that thing is freaking dark.
At least you don't like V-necks, because V-necks, that would suck.
Oh no, dude! It looks like somebody seared like the back of my head, like neck is just like seared like a steak.
Mine actually gets blocked with my hair, so I don't have to worry about it as much. But when we were like at the state fair, I did wear my bandana around my back and my neck wet to keep myself cool. And also keep my back of my being sunburned.
Yeah.
Yes, Jason. No, I'm just kidding.
Boy,
she called you a redneck.
At this point, it's brown. But yeah, so like my water bottle, as you can see here, those are my two standard colors. I've got that camo style cordage, and then I do the micro cord in red and green.
You have rainbow?
I do not. I did not like the way the rainbow colored look on paracord. It is absolute. It looks like unicorn barf.
Jenny would take one if you could do one like the Doctor Who scarf.
God almighty, that would be a pain in the ass.
Not like big, but just the color band.
No, the color scheme. That's like 4 colors, though.
No, it's actually like 14.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do it, honestly.
Because I think the official scarf itself was 17 feet long. Because they were told, the person who made it was told, make a scarf. They gave her a bunch of materials. They didn't tell her how long to make it. They just gave her, she assumed they wanted her to use it all. So she did.
I was going to make a 14-foot paracord scarf. I hate to say this, but that's going to cost like $250.
Oh, I'm not talking about a scarf. I'm talking about a simple little band like you could use for a keychain, but just little bands of different colors like that.
I can do bands of different colors. I mean, there's ways of doing it. It's just not necessarily sturdy, and you're only going to have like small sections of paracord.
Well, it's like I said, it's for a keychain. That's not right now, though. That's just an idea I'm working on.
Okay, so for keychain, yeah, I can do something. Damn it, where the hell did it go now? Yeah, I can easily do something like this.
Yeah, like a Doctor Who style.
Like the standard ones. I've had these things for years. Damn it, let go.
Either that or TARDIS blue, if you got that.
Like, I've had these ones. These are actually... So this is black. You can't see it anymore, but this center strip is actually inlaid with white. It's only like 4 or 5 inches.
Right.
And there's only like 4 feet of paracord here, and this is... I think this was like $375. This was really cheap paracord.
No, it's like the one I carry.
Well, I got this I paid like $2 and I got this thing out of a vending machine.
Give me a second here.
Out of one of like those like claw grabber kind of like style vending machines.
I paid $1.
I can easily do something.
I paid $1 for mine.
That's funny. That's the same color as the cord that you have on yours now.
Mm-hmm. What do you think I snagged it? Also, this is one of the reasons I snagged it was this.
Yeah, that Night Eyes clip.
Yep.
I know that's a Night Eyes. I can tell just by looking at it.
Let me see if it's still red.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Night Eyes.
It doesn't say anything. But that's the reason I got it, because of the clip. I like the clip.
Clip and the fact that it matched your bracelet?
I didn't mean to match it up. It just sort of happened. Actually, yours is a lot stiffer than this. This is like, loose.
Yeah, again, yours is also double braided. That looks like a single braid, so that's the standard Cobra. I do remember I did the King Cobra for you, and yours also has like 6 internal strands, I believe. It's either 6 or 8.
Yeah, I like it. I still wear it every day. Though I know one thing, it weighs like almost a half a pound.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, you got the buckle on there. Those buckles are not light. They're I think they're steel.
About it.
Something on there steel, and I don't know if it's the buckle or the bolt.
I have to get my magnet out.
Find out here in a minute.
Oh, I don't have my magnet here right now. It's somewhere else. Oh, there they are.
I think it's the bolt itself, not the shackle. All right, so the adjuster, this piece, little curved piece with the 4 holes, that has some amount of metallic to it. So I don't know what it is. Basically,
It's the bolt.
No, it's this. Because look.
Yeah.
See, look, Colin.
Dry though.
I'm holding that with a magnet.
No.
And then there's the bolt. Also has a little bit of.
There's the bolt.
Yeah, the bolt is slightly magnetic.
No.
But the shackle itself, there's no metallic to it at all.
A little bit.
Yeah. So you
this
got
one. Very less than that.
The adjuster and the bolt are the only thing but there's, I'd say, less than 3% metallic or magnetic property.
When you put my magnets down here, like 3 different things went.
I'm gonna put that upside down.
Oh, he went to Montana.
Who did?
Why would anybody go to Montana? That place is so flat.
Who went to Montana?
No, one of the other guys went to go hunt antelope.
Oh.
Why would you hunt antelope? That's like not even enough meat.
I want to go to Tennessee.
We're going to Tennessee?
At least if you're going to go hunt something on 4 legs, go hunt an elk.
But a moose.
Hell, you don't hunt those. They hunt you.
How about magnet fishing? You can get stuff underwater.
Underwater. Yeah, unfortunately, magnet fishing is as like blasé as everybody thinks it is. No, there's risks to that too.
Because you don't know what you're going to find.
You don't know if your magnet is going to get stuck at the bottom and then you lose a freaking $200 magnet.
No, I did. I lost Ian's. I had to replace it with a better one, no less.
I think Tyler did that too, didn't he? Lost one of his.
He was helping me try to get it back, and he pulled it with his truck, and he couldn't get it out.
Yeah, he wedged that in between 2 big ass rocks. I guarantee it.
Oh, I'm sure it's still there. It's probably not that deep, actually, but I'd have to go back and see if I can find it.
Never tried antelope steak personally.
Yeah, I haven't tried antelope yet.
The only thing I did today was I sharpened this knife.
Nice.
To I could shave with it. At least shave patches of hair off my arm, at least.
If anybody is interested in keychains, just like standard keychains, I can make them in various lengths. I can do 4 inches, 6 inches. I can make them like a foot if that's what you want.
Hey, love, would you want a paracord bracelet from, keychain from Cliff? She said, sure. What color? Purple.
I have purple.
Just let me know how much it is. I'll send it to you.
Probably for that, probably about $5, about $6.
I can do that.
It depends on whether or not you want a good clip or like a standard janky carabiner.
Hey, hon, come here for a second.
Ooh, that is a nice golden trout. Henry caught a really nice golden trout.
He's got questions.
Okay.
I can't answer your questions.
Hi, Jenny.
What's up?
Right. So, quick question: if I did make you a keychain, what did I do with that?
You know, like mine, something like mine, but
what I was using.
For you.
But anyways, here it is. So, if I made you a keychain, would you, for your attachment point, do you want like a standard, like cheapy carabiner, or do you want slightly more top end ones?
Or like this one.
I like the first one better.
So just the standard janky carabiners?
Yep.
Nothing but box.
I got tons of these. I think I even have one in purple.
Woo!
So I can do a straight purple theme for you.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
It's gonna cost me $5, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah,
Look at that,
$5 to
nice.
$7.
Is it still too? Oh, it's still too bright.
Now I gotta see if I can't get this thing back on my key ring.
Okay. Thank you, Cliff.
You guys see that?
How
Yeah,
long are they going to be, Cliff?
it looks like about it. Say what? Well, it depends on how long you want me to make it.
Yeah, that's another question. I can't answer that.
It's about yay big.
So, because this is like 4 inches right here.
Is that good?
That'll work.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can work with something.
That is a nice golden trout.
Yeah, that's a big trout. Was that
It is.
15, 16 inches?
How many pounds?
Probably
did
about
say?
5.5.
He said he caught it this afternoon.
He didn't weigh it.
No, I don't think he was in a place where he can weigh it.
You bring your scale with you.
Right?
Well,
Yeah, with you.
so Mark Zona says fire. So does Mike Iaconelli.
I would have known want to know how long it is and how much it weighed.
That looks to be about a 15, maybe 15 to 18 inches.
You guys recognize that is Henry.
Who's Henry again? Remind me.
Henry Winkler.
Is it
Yes.
the Henry Winkler?
Yes, he's a big time fly fisherman.
Covered in bees.
I know who he is. I was like making sure it's the Henry Winkler because
No, he's a big time fly fisherman.
I've never seen him wear a baseball cap before.
Yeah, there's actually several actors who are big time fly fishermen.
Well, I could. Viggo Mortensen is.
Well, got to have something as a pastime, right?
He carried his fly rod with him on Lord of the Rings set.
And Liam Neeson is also a big time fly fisherman.
He's Irish, isn't he?
hmm
Yeah, no wonder.
You might be able to get it in black, Molly, but you know full well I don't touch pink.
Now, is there a double black?
Yeah, that would be Vanta black, which basically absorbs color.
Oh, I thought it absorbs light.
It absorbs light, heat, and everything else. You do not want anything. I've seen those idiot Hollywood actors that have like painted the inside of their swimming pools Vanta black, which is like the darkest black you can physically get as a black color.
Their swimming pools. The swimming pools went boiling.
Oh yeah, no, it turns them into it turns their swimming pools into hot tubs.
Yeah, because it doesn't release the heat.
Black, you ever? I mean, you walk around the parking lot anywhere in the summertime, and you know that stuff's hotter than Hades, so you can't step on it barefoot. Imagine your swimming pool painted the darkest physical black color man has manifested as a color spectrum.
Now,
In the Hollywood Hills where there's no trees.
Question on that particular point: would it be pink, or would they actually have to have the tile created in that color? Because if they had it in just paint, it would probably peel with that kind of heat. It couldn't be heat proof or even heat resistant.
Jeez. Somebody almost got a perfect score at the field target today at the competition. 49. I can't pronounce his name. It's Hispanic.
Well, the winner did. Okay.
Yeah, no. He scored a 49 out of 50.
Wow. At what distance?
Various different distances.
I mean, what's the longest distance?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Well, I figured you'd be listed somewhere.
You know, usually it's about 60 to 80
Feet or yards?
yards.
I've done
60
60
to
yards.
80 feet, that's nothing.
I've
My
done.
property's 80 feet wide by like
Ooh,
120
two people
feet
got a 40. Oh, nope. There's a 50 there.
Someone did a perfect 10.
Oh, no. They actually went extra. There's a 56. So that means they played they did the long course.
So someone did really good then.
Yeah, they did. Or
I need to do a color board for paracord.
Still lover, your though what?
Yeah, that's me fat finger typing over here. It says still love you though.
Okay. It made no sense.
Molly's all sad because I denied her as like black and Brian touching pink.
Okay, I was just wondering because you kind of threw me off.
I can do other colors, but I don't know. I don't have pink paracord. Now I can do one that, if you'd like, Molly, I can do one out of the rose gold one. I think you might like that one better.
Hey, Cliff, I got something to show you. It's really cool.
Colin, what are you going to show me? What are you going to show me?
Remember that one hatchet that had the black, whatever gunk on the end? It was making it really loose still.
Yeah,
I chipped it off, and I had to, carve it down a little bit for it to slide down further onto the haft because it was like this far from the top where it should have been.
Yeah, they wedged it and then epoxy capped it.
Yeah, but the epoxy was like that thick.
Yeah, that's to keep the wedge from sliding out.
The wedge wasn't even attached; it was glued in place. It literally,
the epoxy is there to keep it from sliding out the rest of the way.
The epoxy,
they glue them in there, but they always should cap them with epoxy, and a lot of these non-professional axes and hatchets is to keep the wedge from sliding back out.
The wedge itself was like that big.
Oh, that's
it was embedded in the wood that much. So I carved it down with my hacksaw deep enough to make it, and then I
thought I heard thunder. Well, yeah, guys, we got a thunderstorm rolling in on us.
Rolling thunder. But I got there was the wedge. It's now solid. So I'm actually proud of this. I get to save the handle. Can't wait to use it now. I also need a sheath for it, so I need to talk to Tyler. I've got a lot of stuff I need to get new sheaths for.
Yeah, I still have somewhere. I have my flying fox. I actually think it's in my truck. I gotta get an axe mask for that thing, but I am too lazy. I also don't want to spend another $45.
Yeah, I also I'm gonna have to. Let's see, was it? I think I dropped it. That knife, that case knife, that knife right on it. Sharp. Finally got it sharp enough to shave hair. It took me forever to do it.
See, there it is. Thunderbolts and lightning, guys.
Thunder, lightning.
Very, very frightening.
Yep. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Oh man, freaking knees.
No, that was ladies, not laddies, which is really terrible because that word is spelled the exact same damn way.
Yeah.
Which is why I hate the English language.
I've been watching a lot of Scottish TV lately.
Same difference. English.
Oh, big difference. Big difference.
Well, you got the accent for one, and for two, there's usually a depressed sheep somewhere in a field.
No. Robert Carlyle is the main character on the show.
Well, hey, no, don't even start with me, StreamYard. You better get that signal back up there. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, you threatened it, and it works.
There we go. I hate when I see the Wi-Fi bar pop up on StreamYard. I'm like, no, don't even give me that crap.
Don't even begin with me, right? Let's see what I do.
A lot of lightning with this one.
Yeah, I really don't have anything that's like close to whatever that rose gold color is. It's like a weird pinkish, purpley, reddish color. I don't know. It's weird. But I got a 1,000-foot spool of it, so I'm going to be doing stuff.
I think
is it already there? Or is
no, I should be getting it like Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, I did order one thing that I'm going to do a review on. And it is from the Army Navy outdoor store. I got the three individual meals of the AmeriCure MREs.
Oh, you got the MREs?
Yeah. I didn't buy a full case. I just bought 3. So I'm going to see how those are, because I don't know what they're going to be, because it's kind of random. But I got 3 of them. Hopefully they're not all the same thing, which would really suck. But at least to go able to go through them and see how they work, that kind of thing. See how they taste. Because I've never had them before.
Less than an hour to be gone.
It cost me about $20 for 3 of them.
It's building right now.
But it's also, most of that was shipping, surprisingly enough.
Okay. I just realized, just like it just came to me, this would actually be like an interesting water bottle lanyard.
It would?
For like a standard, because it'll fit on there, and you just, kind of suck it out.
They make good zipper pulls, too.
They have a little handle.
Yeah.
That'd be great for like backpacking and stuff.
Yeah, so like the standard plastic water bottles, since they have a really fat neck.
Going on.
It was a gunshot.
Dog's going nuts.
Yeah.
Grace,
Snake.
I blow your head. You know where this is going. But yeah, so you can, you got that lanyard end on there. You just tighten it down, and then you have your, you can put a carabiner on this side and just carry a little water bottle.
Or anything else.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Yep. If I pop out on a random thing, that means we lost our power or internet.
Or your sanity, because Scooter won't stop barking.
It was a shotgun blast. What do you expect?
I know it's a thing with lightning, and dogs hate the sound of lightning.
Lightning doesn't make a sound.
Oh, the hell it doesn't.
No,
It just takes us a while to hear it.
sound that you hear is the air collapsing upon itself. That's what you hear.
The sonic boom.
That's electricity ripping lightning or ripping oxygen in half. Lightning makes a sound. It just takes us a second or two to hear it. It's like a sonic boom. You don't really hear the sonic boom instantly. You hear it like a few seconds later.
That was at the airport.
Well, that's because 85% of an airport's all tarmac. So it's all flat surfaces to reflect sound off of. Ooh. What is that stupid chamber that they have in, God, where the hell is that? California or whatever? They have that, anti-sound chamber.
The one that people, if someone stays an hour, they'll pay them $10 million or something like that.
No, you get it's like $10,000 if you stay in there for an hour without going insane. But I think it's an anastoic chamber or something shit like that. Can you imagine a sonic boom in a chamber that does not reflect sound? Now, here's an interesting question on that. Would it actually delete the sonic boom? Would it amplify it, or would it just flatline so you'd just be like the equivalent of like a balloon popping next to you? I think that's what it's called, an anastoic chamber.
Now, Grace, are you talking about 2 decibels? That's 2 decibels. That's pretty silent.
Anoic chamber. 2 decibels is like a dog fart.
45 minutes is the most people can stay in the room.
Well, yeah, because you lose you start hearing your own blood move after like 10 minutes.
Okay, the challenges are you must be alone in the chamber. No sleeping or fainting is allowed. Must be monitored and remain under constant supervision at all times. Sound must stay below 25 decibels. You're allowed to speak for up to 1 minute every 5 minutes. You can leave at any time. Optional challenge must be completed in the dark. One person reported being disoriented after 5 minutes, followed by a tense burst of tinnitus in both ears.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think you'd be able to do it, Colin. You would lose your mind after 10 minutes in there.
Oh my! I hear the ringing all the time. After 15-minute mark, he claimed to see lights dancing around the room with it within the room with him, and after 30, he claimed to be able to hear sound of his own bloodstream.
Yeah, because it's so silent in there. You start hearing your own blood. You start hearing your heartbeat, and it sounds like it's echoing.
He lasted an hour and 26 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a record, world record. I don't know how much.
I think I would just walk in circles or just like follow the edge of the room for a while and see how long I could last it. Bet you I could do it. Imagine having that as a world record, 3 hours in an anoic chamber.
Oh, if you stay over an hour, $5 million.
$5 million, that's easy.
Now, Microsoft has now constructed the world's quietest room, the state of the art, and a
Anoic
chamber,
Quiet.
costing $10 million. It cost them $10 million. It'll cost, you can win $5 million if you stay an hour.
Should I do both of them? I might be Alfred Hitchcock at the end of it when I'm done, but you know, I'd have $5 million, so there's that.
What if the person was deaf? They didn't specify the person had to be hearing.
That is definitely true. What about somebody who's deaf and blind? Can you imagine Helen Keller would have sat in there and just...
She would still have to follow the same rules. She couldn't. She had to speak. She was allowed to speak only once every 5 minutes, and hers would be finger spelling because you didn't.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff to do. Bad Jason.
No sleeping. Or,
What do you think you are, TJ?
no, that might break the decibel rating of 25 decibels. That might go over.
That's sign language.
Oh, that would definitely not be a place you'd want to go right after you had a five alarm bowl of chili.
Ooh.
You imagine just all of a sudden just ripping one that sounds like a chainsaw, and they're like, "Nope, you're done."
No, actually, you probably hear your stomach gurgle first.
You'd probably hear yourself digesting the beans.
Yep.
If you guys hear the thunder, let me know.
Jason, did you eat 5 alarm chili before getting on the live stream?
Nope.
Then we definitely ain't hearing no thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
It's almost as
I would be able to do it. I would not.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I would have a problem with that, dude. Most of the time I don't mind sitting in silence.
The thing is, I think that they made the rules where they added the sleeping thing to keep because someone actually probably did it.
Oh yeah, and I mean, dude, it's easy to sleep when there ain't no sound. You can sleep for hours.
Now, what would be the first question you would say at that first 5 minutes?
Ow.
No. You say, what the sphincter say? And you go,
I'd be like, who does number 2 work for?
oh, yeah.
Oh, who let the dogs out?
But they did not say how long you could speak during
1 minute.
5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes you can speak for 1 minute.
That seems. I'd do every 15 because every
No,
5
that's
minutes.
the rules. 15 every 5.
Yeah, but what if you don't have to say anything? They don't say you don't have to not say anything.
Well, the thing is, you might get uncomfortable every 5 minutes, but the thing is, you can start reciting a poem or a story for a minute. Wait 5 minutes, do it again. Keep
That's
yourself
3 Dr.
going.
Peppers. I gotta pay.
Start with, do a whole. If you want to do the a screenplay and write it out, say it. Every 1 minute, every 5 minutes.
The sound chamber that's at Edwards Air Force Base. Yeah.
Is it Oxford? I thought there was like either Oxford or Stanford that had that thing.
It's Microsoft.
Well, Microsoft has one now, but they weren't the originators of that chamber.
They paid $10 million for theirs.
Yeah, well, that's Microsoft. Whatever Bezos wants, he can do.
Yeah, I never got to go see that at Edwards.
I just think I'd be weird just after. I mean, I'd still only thing I would hear is the ringing in my ears.
Grace, you'd be surprised how often I just sit around here in absolute silence.
Well, no, there's nothing. There's no such thing as complete silence.
There is if you're in one of those, but
yeah, except outside that room, there isn't.
Well, aside from the vacuum of space, there is no sound in space.
But I do know.
Well,
I can hear when I was in the hospital. I could hear my heartbeat and everything. After my surgery, when they did the stent in, I can actually hear everything.
Grace, my friend in high school was kind of a shy person, didn't have a whole lot of friends. His mom was the secretary for the general. I got to see a lot of neat stuff.
What about those?
Plus, my parents would work on the base too.
Sensory deprivation tanks, Cliff.
The same thing as the anechoic chamber.
Well, no, because you can't feel anything there either.
Well, also sensor deprivation tanks are usually in water.
Yeah, but it's basically blocking all your senses for the most part.
Yeah, you essentially get a mask with an air hose to it, and then they just dunk you in water and they just leave you there.
Yeah, you float. You can't touch the ground. There's no weight. There's nothing. You're buoyant.
Well, it's also like a saline solution. It's not just standard water.
No, but still, that would be weird.
I honestly don't. I mean, there's no difference between that and swimming.
No, there is.
He retired. This is when I was in high school, Grace. We got to go out to the flight line. We got to go out to the lake bed. We got to go see. We got to go see the couple of the aircraft out there that's like pieced out there, way out on the edge of the lake bed.
Decommissioned.
Yeah, there's
the graveyard
and a B-52 Stratofortress out there.
Oh, speaking of decommissioned, they're decommissioning the A-1010, the flying tank.
No, not for a couple of years.
No, they're starting to do it now. Because of the advanced technology and drone technology,
they don't have a replacement.
It's not necessary.
They don't have a replacement.
They say they're going to go with drones. That means the active military is not going to use them, but that doesn't mean the Guard and everywhere else is going to use them.
The problem with drones is they are extremely susceptible to localized or directional EMP.
Okay, you are lagging. Somebody is lagging. So it's
probably me because I've got this one stupid bar right here on freaking StreamYard.
No, everybody's been having issues with YouTube tonight with sound.
No, I've got StreamYards being a turd right now.
Yeah, that's the Warthog.
Yeah, the A-10 is the Warthog, and that is not a gun. That is a gunship you do not want to see.
They call it the flying tank for a reason.
Yep, but the thing is, it has such a high fear factor.
Yeah, but they're retiring it.
Why? That thing has been around for decades, and it just like you see 3 or 4 of those flying in your area, you're like, oh shit, no. That thing will drop bombs on you and mow you down with like 50 cal machine gun in a matter of seconds.
They'll mow you down like a weed eater?
Yeah. Those things are brutal, and they do not have a small payload for ammunition rounds.
Oh no, those things can take damage and dish it too.
Yeah, they're freaking heavily armored as far as I know, but it's that freaking Vulcan machine gun that they have on the front.
Yeah, the 2 planes that the enemy fears the most is the A-10 and the B-1.
Well, it's at the end of the decade, but they are retiring it. I have no idea what they're going to replace it with, though.
Stop it.
They want to say the F-35 is going to replace it.
It doesn't have the loader time.
They say they don't have the same capabilities.
The only thing that could possibly replace the A-10 would be the YF-22.
Nope.
I don't know that one.
It
I don't know
doesn't
who Sandbreaker is, but hello.
doesn't have the loader time. That's the only problem.
Well, the
Hey,
F-22
Sandbreaker.
is supposed to be one of the more versatile ones. It was supposed to be like a cross between an F-18 and then the SR-71.
Soundbreaker, StreamYard.
Maybe StreamYard being weird, I don't know. Or maybe it's because I said, come on, StreamYard, who knows?
Yeah, just you froze up and you were still talking, but your face wasn't doing anything.
I don't know what's going on. It's wherever StreamYard's based. I think they're having issues.
StreamYard got bought out, by the way, guys.
Oh, that's right. They did get bought out by.
Yeah, we were talking about it on Andy's live tonight.
And they jacked the prices to twice their normal price.
It says the stream is working.
Huh?
The stream is working, but I keep getting these lag spikes because StreamYard's processing just seems to. They keep losing signal, and I know it's not on my end because I've got full bars on my Wi-Fi, and I'm only like 10 feet from the router, so I know there's no way in hell it's router interference.
Yeah, unfortunately, I will probably be canceling my subscription after this payment. I can't afford that much money.
Yeah, $45 for a
StreamYard
month.
got bought back in August.
Yeah, StreamYard got bought out, like that guy says right there, like the end of last month. It's unfortunate because StreamYard's actually dead honest. StreamYard's a decent platform to stream.
It is.
But the basic one that used to cost like $20, $25, $44.99.
Yeah, almost double in price.
Yeah. Which makes no sense.
Yeah, I guarantee you that when it goes into full effect, they're going to lose a crap ton of money. And I guarantee when that happens, they're going to do the standard. We might as well just cut our losses and then just get rid of the program.
I'm thinking about.
I like StreamYard. It works. Yeah. I like it.
It just sucks that we don't get our hours from it.
Up here on the panel, we can't get 12 up here anymore. We can do 10 now.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Most of the time, we don't have 10 people to pop up on these panels anywhere. I mean,
I think we got some. I know we did on when Sean was alive. We got 12 on his.
Yeah,
Easy.
like once or twice, but I mean, it's very few channels. I know you haven't done it, even though you have roughly around 1,100 subs.
I've got some good close ones, but yeah.
So had like 8 or 9 on there.
I like the inventory that we can have our sound. We can have
the backgrounds have changed. Some of the stuff has changed.
I really enjoy that. I really do. The only problem is with YouTube, if you're on StreamYard, you don't get the public watch hours.
Yep.
You share it out to YouTube.
Yeah, you share out to YouTube, and I don't get the hours for it.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I get the total hours, but I don't get the played hours.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Jason were trying to figure that out.
Jason, you do have your regular
Tuesday
stuff that you post. You post more often than most, which especially with your shorts.
Yeah, I get the StreamYard
up in other ways.
Yeah, but like I said, you don't get the public watch hours through StreamYard.
They used to. That's
how I'll have the hours for like 2 days, and all of a sudden the hours are gone.
Weird.
Yeah, I think from what I was looking at, what me and Jason were talking about Wednesday, we went and we looked at this for a little bit. We didn't stay in too long and go in depth, but it was roughly about 3 days from what I saw on my side before your hours just completely drop off.
Yeah.
Weird.
100%. And it'll go to like 0.0 or 0.1 hours or 0.2 hours.
Somebody, watched it, as a replay.
Yeah, so you're getting like 10 to 20 minutes on a 4-hour watch time.
Well, he said last night I went up for 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes, and I racked up almost 4 hours.
Yeah, how did that work out, by the way? Because I was that popped up, and I was kind of indisposed at the moment. I
didn't find out until
dropping the
after
kids
you
off at
ended
the
it.
pool.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. The only part is that sucks is you don't have all of your the stuff that you can do. You can't do anything with the backgrounds. I actually have to get a separate piece of equipment and run it through the computer into YouTube Live, and I can't afford that.
See, I told you, running lives on YouTube is a swift kick to the nether regions.
Yeah,
it's not fun.
But I can have one person up. I gotta send them the email or the link through social media.
Yeah,
but you only have one person up at a time.
But now, I mean, I don't know what the alternative is, though. There's got to be an alternative.
I mean,
there really isn't. The only other option is to run OBS with a side program that allows people to bring up on a panel, but you have to have a fairly, good computer to run OBS.
Yeah, you can't do it on a laptop. You actually have to have a dedicated PC to do that.
What is OBS?
It's a.
I don't know what the acronym stands for, but it's basically a high-end program for like PCs. But you have to have a standalone PC to run it.
Oh, I have no clue what that is. So
you can't use a laptop.
OBS. So basically, what OBS Mark used to run OBS all the time, back with Gray. And I used to be on the lives all the time with him. What OBS allows you to do is it basically. With OBS, though, the only drawback is you have to have a secondary camera. So you have to be attached to like a D50 or like a dedicated camera to run like actual video. So it allows you to run two different videos at once, and you can bring somebody up on panel as long as they're running through OBS stream.
So open broadcasting system or something like that.
Oh, that almost sucked.
Don't do that, it hurts.
I forgot I poured straight Jaeger in here. I almost took a swig.
Otherwise you wouldn't be going.
I was like, why is that so strong? And I looked down, I was like, oh shit, I didn't put anything in. Like a shot and a half of freaking straight Jaeger.
Yeah, and the thing is that you got to have designated addresses. I forget what they call it, but you actually have to pair it and you have to send it back and forth a couple times. And it's for me right now, it's kind of complicated because I'm not too computer savvy. Okay, with all the lingo. I know it took me a couple of months to figure out StreamYard fully. Once I got that figured out, it was really nice. That's why I enjoy StreamYard. But when you got to do a separate microphone, you got to do a separate camera, you got to run that through a CPU to have it connect to the computer, and you actually have to run the links back and forth.
Hot links.
Well, they got something called Vimeo. No, I've never tried that one. Facebook Live.
I've done Facebook Live. You can't do
it Live, which I've tried. Which tried that. It sucks.
Yeah.
Big Marker. Never heard of that one. Streamlab.
I'm also gonna try Rumble Live too here shortly, so I can get that figured out.
Resi, B Live, VMix. And that's pretty much it.
Well, I already have money in my account in Rumble.
Like how much do you have now?
Like 10 cents.
Woohoo! You're making money now.
Wow, Jason's making money hand over fist.
He's making bank.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for YouTube to pay off, but
no, Zoom's not an option anymore.
No, Zoom is everybody left Zoom when they found out that it was a Chinese program that was basically stealing information. Rob, where have you been? I hope you
putting out a video.
He was here yesterday, I think. Or
Friday. No, that was yesterday, not today. It's Camo Estes, bro. Camo Estes. Why is my camera like in a weird spot today?
Yeah, like I said, I just can't afford, doing a dedicated camera, microphone setup, the CPU.
If you have an actual
studio, and you can have to get all the stuff and have somebody actually show me how to set that up, so I can have multiple people on the
Yeah. You need to have a professional studio set up.
I can, if I have to, I can direct you to. I can get a hold of Gray or I can get a hold of Mark, and they can show you how to run OBS. Mark might take a while because he hasn't done it in a while, but I know Gray still runs OBS, so I can probably get him on the horn and have him help you.
If I have the instructions and everything else right here in front of me, I could probably figure it out.
Well, you could ask them what their best alternative for
so, like I said, I was reading through it last night. I'm going, this doesn't make any sense. What's all going on? I actually need instructions. And
OBS is very complicated to run it.
Yeah, and
I don't want to do it if I can't do it. I don't have.
I don't know how to get it to understand moving the links back and forth so that it'll actually understand each other. Because I don't have it here in front of me to do it.
Yeah, again, with that one, like I said, you need a dedicated desktop. You can't really do much on a laptop unless you have two laptops, which you can move to. If you have a ScreenLink cable and you can run them to like a splitter, you can do it that way, but aside from that, you're better off running OBS through an actual hard setup.
Yeah, no,
we are putting a video together, Cliff.
Yeah, we are actually in the process of putting together a desktop or a PC, a full-on PC.
For streaming. So I probably will not be using OBS.
And we got some microphones. I probably have to get a dedicated camera.
So you're gonna go for it then? Jason?
Yeah, then I need to get a CPU. We got most of the stuff. Some of the stuff here I would have to borrow from the daughter.
I do have a question for you though.
She's gonna build it. What?
Okay, if you're going full OBS and all that stuff, you cannot really do panels because I can't run OBS.
Yeah, that's why you got to have a separate PC.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing with OBS is in order to be on panel with OBS, you have to be running OBS. So it's like a shared broadcast, but you have to be on the same link.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it though.
It's basically owning your own StreamYard.
Yeah, but I just that's too much.
Yeah,
I can't afford that. Even though I am monetized, I cannot afford that.
Yeah, no,
that's way too much for me. Now I'm trying to find something, a good alternative. I mean, other than using the free stuff, but they restricted the free.
I'm already running the free program on StreamYard, so when they change it, we'll see if that actually changes anything or if it stays the same.
Yeah.
Because I won't. Let me see. I got StreamYard.
I think even with the free, we were still allowed up to like 6 people.
Let me check something.
Nice. That's a good. Were they, Rob? Were they good sized crappie or like little small ones, like dinks, or were they like some hefty ones?
The best golden crispies in the world.
Yeah. See, the thing is, it doesn't matter if fish is fried, broiled, steamed. I cannot eat it at all. It will physically make me sick.
Yeah.
It'll go in and it'll come right the hell back out. Ooh, damn, those are some pretty good sized crappies then.
Yeah, 11 inch, yeah. Oh, 11 and bigger, wow.
Yeah, you imagine if you get some freaking sunfish that big. Imagine catching an 11-inch bluegill.
Essentially, that's what a crappie is.
Yeah, I think crappies are more sunfish on the sunfish side, but yeah.
I'm not sure of the species though, but yeah.
That's still a big fish. I mean, 11 inches is less than a foot, but you mean 11 of, you're looking at 11 inches to maybe 14, 15 inches still. That's still some decent slabs.
Oh yeah.
Even though, I mean, again, it's not like you're catching an 11-inch, freaking big mouth, which surprisingly, you get 11-inch big mouth, the damn thing could weigh 5 pounds. Because, we all know big mouth will just eat. If it fits its mouth around it, it'll eat it.
Oh, yeah.
And half the time, even if it can't fit its mouth around it, it'll still try to eat it.
No, I think Cliff is just mental with the fish.
No, I'm not allergic to fish. I ate an entire box of Vandicam 64 fish sticks when I was a kid. Can't touch fish. That killed it for me.
It's all mental.
No, I physically cannot eat fish. It will actually make me sick. It'll go in and come right the hell back out. The same thing. I did the same thing with bananas and pickles. Pickles I can still somewhat eat, but I sat and ate one time like 8 bananas back to back, and I refused to touch bananas ever again. I am not Deb. I am one of those weird ones. I have no actual physical or known allergies.
Yeah, I'm allergic to stupid people.
Oh my god.
There you go.
You and me both. Jason, I bet you if we switched jobs for a week, we'd probably kill ourselves at the end of that week.
No, they'd probably go postal.
That term still, sadly, holds a lot of power.
Yes, it does.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? And I don't like hurting people either. I'll walk away as much as I can.
I work in an industry where it's not exactly like you can be like, "Are you freaking stupid?" Question mark or exclamation question mark.
No, I just ask them, "Are you trying to kill yourself? Or you are going to die. I am a professional."
Right. Don't do electric work at your house if you don't know what the shit you're doing.
Exactly.
If you can't tell the difference between a light switch and a breaker, stay the hell away from your electrical system.
And if you get zapped by lightning at least 2 or 3 times a year, stay away from anything electrical.
No. The thing is, I need to figure out how it works.
I was making a
Go
joke.
and study. Go and study first. Just don't walk up and start opening up boxes and tearing stuff apart.
You can open the box, just don't start touching connection points.
Make sure you shut the overall power.
All right. Good night, Cecilia. Take care. Be safe.
Hi, Cecilia.
Have a wonderful weekend. Deb ate half a gallon of sweet pickles when she was 7. Yeah, Deb, when was the last time you ate a pickle?
When I was 12, I ate 2 dozen ears of corn.
That is a lot of corn.
I love corn.
Oh my god. Thanks. Now I got that stuck in my head. I like trains. Or that one chick that made viral for the corn, or her stupid corn thing.
It was corn on the cob, folks. It was good.
There's a lot of goddamn corn on the cob, bro.
When you're
That's
12-year-old,
that's almost like 3 pounds of corn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Look at all that lightning just struck.
And Jason's still here, so he has not exited.
Right now, he's going into weatherman mode.
Yep. I'm actually contemplating about purchasing a weather app. It might cost me $8.50 a month.
Are you going to get a weather station too?
I would love to have a weather station. I can't afford the $400 right now.
No, they make smaller versions.
That is the small version.
That is the deluxe version.
Let me see here.
That's all, one with all the bells and whistles, lightning detector.
Oh, okay, that's probably why you got.
Oh, Jason, have you tried the My Weather app?
No, the one I was going to look at is the same one that Brian Hall uses.
I think that's
Omega.
Because I'm looking at one. I don't see one over $80 or $90.
Yeah, it's the Omega something.
Even sorry, my radar
is like 104 if you want one from Vivor. But that's about the most expensive one I see so far.
Ouch, Deb, that is nuts. So there is an app. It's just My Radar. You can do the free app or you can get the subscription. But for a weather app, honestly, $30 for an entire year is dirt cheap.
Yeah, like I said, that's why I was looking at the. It's Omega something. I can't remember what it was, and
so I haven't been on this thing in a while, so it's given me basically a 3-day free trial, and then it says renews at $3.99 a month. So $4 a month, less than $5 for a weather app for an entire year.
No.
Ouch. Yeah, I would. If 23,000 people lost power because some crackhead was stealing power lines and copper wires, yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be burying his ass in a box too.
Yeah,
That's messed
Jason,
up.
the weather station that Jason wants is $101,560.
The Radar Omega.
That's the one I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Modular weather
Jason has
station.
$100K to just drop on a weather system.
He wants to go full-on meteorologist, not just a little, a hobbyist.
No. The one I was looking at is like the one that Vivor sells, but there's another one that's got a little bit more bells and whistles than the one from Vivor, and it's like $300, $300 and something.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad. And you can also connect with anybody else that has that same setup across the U.S. and the world. So you can go, like, so if somebody has it like 8 miles down the road, I could check into that weather station, all within the local area or across the U.S.
I don't know what the hell happened there. I must have hit my sidebar button.
But yeah, so that's the one I was looking at.
Yeah, I don't know what people got to learn to stop stealing shit, because there are repercussions from that.
What happened now?
Grace, it's just there's an abandoned ammo plant in my area. They found dead bodies of people trying to steal shit in there.
Oh yeah, yeah, we found them along the side of the road too.
Yeah, you would think nowadays people would learn to stop stealing shit, because there's consequences to you taking people's shit, and you might end up in a pine box or in a hole in a backyard.
No, was it along the 101 there in Tempe? Somebody decided to go ahead and try and steal the on the freeway lights. They didn't make it very far.
Okay.
Who walks around with freeway lights? Those things are not as small as they look.
Oh, they were trying to take the wires out of the poles. Those wires are always live. They have a photo sensor up at the top.
Yeah.
So yeah, he didn't make it very far.
Yeah, he probably made it in and then it fell over 2 feet away.
No, they found him there the next morning.
I saw somebody stealing those highway
panel?
solar panel ones. The ones that have the little signs, the electronic signs that's solar powered. Someone hooked up their car and stole that. The whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I'm laughing about is all the crackheads who keep stealing the cables off the Tesla chargers.
Oh,
they really steal the entire cable from the box. They cut that thing off like 2 inches below where it actually goes into the box, and they just leave with the entire charge cable. Because there's like $10 worth of copper wire in there.
Yeah, probably less than that.
Jason, the price I gave you was actually in a different language, different pricing. It's actually around $3,000. Yeah.
I'm not going to get that, it would be nice to afford one of those, but no, they got the other one.
$457.80.
Yeah, that's the pro version of, like, if you wanted to start making a business of running that stuff.
Well, like I said, I got one just a few miles away that links up with the one that I want to buy. And then it has the they use.
He wants to be a meteorologist. Just admit it.
Yeah, it's just only when I have the bad weather here.
We can call you the weatherman or the weather wizard. Yeah, there's a good one.
No, we'll watch Ryan Hall for that. He's more entertaining.
I was making a DC Comics reference.
I was gonna say I thought that was a reference to something, because I know they had the stupid.
It's a bad guy from DC Comics.
Yeah, that was DC. Terrible. He's an enemy of the Flash. He was technically a meta.
There's two of them. No, the first one was he was a regular scientist. The second one, his daughter was a meta.
Yeah, but she also had that like weird scepter thing that helped her.
That was her father's. The weather rod, whatever they want to call it.
I think the worst one is honestly Ratcatcher, but at the same time,
that's from that one series.
All right, guys, it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm gonna say goodnight now, folks.
Right. I was wondering how long Jason was going to stay up here.
Jason,
yeah, I need to go to bed.
I do too, but I really don't care.
Make sure you have your stuff set up in case the power goes out.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen while you're sleeping.
What was that? Yeah, it's almost done now. So I'll see everybody next time.
Yes,
Peace out, brother.
Be kind to each other.
Never.
Get out there and slap a rat.
There you go.
Yep.
Later, Jason. Later, Molly. We'll catch you next week.
Don't get her done. All right. Good night.
Bye.
Live long and prosper.
Oh my God! And now there was two.
Don't.
Should have had a second one, but you know, the first one I ate technically while I was munching my lasagna, so it's not as bad today.
Okay, I was going to talk to you. Remember the knife that I got from
Dan?
No.
Is it Dan or Rob?
I got this one from Tyler. This was the
Woods
Coast knife.
or Ajax?
Woods. This is the Coast knife.
That's not too bad.
Well, it's needs a new scales because it's cracked right there, as you can see.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I got it that way. I want to replace this because it's right-handed. You know, people say, "Oh, you can pull it right-handed." I'm left-handed. I want to pull it left. I'm on the left side, not my right. Cross drawing sucks.
Depends on how far you have to cross draw, but yeah, it does kind of slow down the motion.
Especially when I want to put it back. I can't. I got to look down and see putting the blade back in.
But if you're a samurai, essentially that's what you have to set your stuff as. You have to have it as set as cross draw because you can't draw a samurai sword from the same side hand that you are.
Right.
The sword itself is
I finally got it sharp enough to I can shave hair, so that's nice. It took me a while to do it.
I've got my Smith's dual-sided sharpener block at work, and I keep sharpening this razor blade that I have that was pretty much completely dull.
Right.
And I've almost gotten that thing to the point where it's scalpel sharp again.
The only modification I really had to make on it is that I had to file the back of the blade because it was rounded a little bit. I couldn't use it.
Yeah, does you have a knife scraper point?
Yeah, for a ferrule rod.
I still got 6 people in here. That's not too bad.
I don't know if Rob's still in here or not.
He might be. I haven't even seen Rob on the road tonight, so he must be busy.
Well, we got one Rob, so that's all that matters.
At least I'm not robbed by one Rob.
Ooh.
2 Robs would be better. But then again, I'd be the second guy who robbed me would be like, why ain't you got anything? Well, because the first rob that I happened today, he cleaned me out.
Rob squared.
I'm just being funny.
We usually get Rob squared.
Cubed. I want Rob cubed. I want 4 Robs in here. Spelled the exact same way.
What about Jason? How many Jasons we had in here that one time?
I think we had like 3 at one point.
And 4 Tylers or something like that.
2 or 3 Tylers, yeah. Because we had Tyler Woods, we had AJ, and another one. Rob is still here. Give it up for Rob.
Raise the roof. Okay. Do the dog pound.
If I raise my roof any higher,
you'll have a sunroof.
The back of my roof here is like 10 feet, and the front of the house is like 15 or almost 20.
What you find a hidden button one of these days, and your whole roof retracts.
Yeah, I'm kind of sandwiched in a pickle in a jar of hamster goats.
Yeah, but your dad installed retractable roof panels.
That would suck at the same time because everything here is anchored to itself with a rebar.
No, I said a hidden way of it just lifts up and shifts, and just for a little bit, you can put it back.
I'd be shitting my pants, honestly. If my roof just suddenly just opened up, I'd be like, what the hell?
Your dad was busy. He's
God, at this point, he ain't doing that much labor. He's been digging holes in the yard, but that's only to relocate stuff before we start dropping a concrete pad.
Sorry.
Colin, I told you, if you're going to die, do it somewhere else.
I got to take some cold medicine.
Or as I like to tell my coworkers, if you're going to die, do it outside. That way you don't have to do any paperwork.
Night, Molly. Molly's leaving too.
Oh, yeah, Molly did go to bed. So, actually, it's Jason that went to bed. I guarantee Molly's still sitting in here.
Well,
because she's done it before. I'm like getting ready to close out, and then she's like, "Good night." I'm like, "Wait, I thought you went to bed."
She sits back and just watches.
Oh, she will. She'll be like sitting there with like me in the background, like she'll be playing her game on her like either her tablet or whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, I've been like late nights, 3-4 hours in, and I'm saying I think there's only like 3 people in here. It's usually me, Grace, and 1 or 2 other people. And then I'm out of here, guys. I'll be closing out, and then I see Molly. Good night. I'm like, wait, I thought you was gone.
I'm getting close though.
Yeah, but it ain't like you got to go anywhere in the morning. I mean, I have to work tomorrow, and sucks is tomorrow's Sunday football, so that's gonna be a bitch for me.
Well, you like football or no?
Oh, I hate football. No, it's. I think we have the Bills game tomorrow morning as usual, so I get a fairly large crowd of people, and with 2 to 3 people, I do almost a $1,700 morning.
You get tips?
Most of those Bills players tip fairly decent.
No, so you get tips.
Yeah, we get in-store tips. I don't see those for a whole week, but that's it's a collection of 6 days or 7 days worth of tips.
Well, that's not bad though. At least you get it. Some places, they restrict that. Not supposed to, but they do it anyway.
I know a lot of fast food places do, but a lot of the like kind of sit-down restaurants, they have a collective pool, which is what we have. We have a collective pool of tips. I mean, it's not. Here's the thing with tips: is it's not always expected, but it is definitely appreciated.
Oh yeah.
It's not a guarantee.
How much would I bet that I will not be watching football tomorrow?
I won't. Unfortunately, I'm forced watching football because they have it on every goddamn TV.
I will not even turn on anything with football on it. I'm not a football.
I would much rather watch hockey because I hate to say it to all you football fans, hockey players are way stronger than football.
Well, when you got a puck coming at you at 100 miles an hour that can break your face, yeah.
You got dudes doing like 35 on skates, smashing you into a wall.
Yeah, better pads.
Versus the guy that's running 8 miles an hour that may or may not be 300 pounds. And if you hit somebody funny, you get a 15-yard penalty? I'm sorry, hockey's a way better sport because you get to watch people punch each other for 2-3 minutes, and the penalty is like 3 minutes in the box. And they can do it again, and they don't get ejected.
They put you in timeout.
Yeah, you get like a 3-minute timeout in your own special little box.
And the fans pretty much yell at you, throw stuff at you.
And there's nothing to stop you from doing it again, other than a small 3-minute.
As long as you don't literally just knock someone completely out, you can get ejected that way.
Oh, I have seen that so many times on where they, you get shoulder checked into the wall.
It's excessive.
And the dude just passes out right there because they got hit so hard.
There's an excessive body check thing. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but if you hit someone too hard,
it's excessive body checking.
Yeah, and they will pull you. Literally, they will not allow you play anymore.
They'll bench you.
No, that's
for the rest of the game.
After that, they might suspend you first. Then they'll go from there.
Oh, they'll bench you for the rest of the game if you're excessive, and then what they'll do is the refs and they'll the judges or whatnot, they'll review the footage, and if they deem it unnecessary or like basically unnecessary roughness,
right?
Using a football term, sorry folks, but yeah, if you get unnecessary roughness,
good movie by the way,
in hockey, they can suspend you for the rest of the season.
Unnecessary Roughness was a good movie. Scott Bakula and Sinbad, I think. Have you seen that one?
Which one?
Necessary Roughness.
Long time ago.
Scott Bakula and Sinbad, I believe. I always thought rugby was worse.
Rugby's brutal, but
there's
not
no
to the
pads
extent
involved.
of like hockey. These guys aren't going to sit there and just start punching each other for no reason for 3-4 minutes while the refs just stand there and watch. I don't think I've ever seen anybody in rugby just straight up just start punching each other.
Okay, I'm gonna go there since we're talking hockey. Favorite hockey movie?
My favorite hockey team is the Avs because I grew up in Denver.
No, not team. Movie.
Ooh. I hate to say this because I know I'm going to get a lot of flack from this, but dead honest, Mighty Ducks.
I actually don't mind that one. I do like Slapshot.
Don't remember if I've watched that or not.
Paul Newman. You got to see that's the original. Another good one is besides Slapshot 2 is Goon.
Oh yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Goon, honestly.
Another one is a Rob Lowe movie called Youngblood. And another one is a little different. It's called Hockey Moms. But an all-girls hockey team.
Oh yeah, I think I got like 10 minutes into that one. I watched it on Netflix and I was like, no, this sucks.
But yeah, I do like the Mighty Ducks. They redid their logo again, by the way.
With the Mighty Ducks?
Well, they changed it for a little bit. People hated it. So they changed it close to the original with some minor changes. But it's closer to the original logo than it was. Just some other color changes. Yep, I went to a hockey game, folks.
How the hell is, I guess technically Happy Gilmore is a hockey movie, but that was only like the first 5 minutes. Oh, actually, no, another good one was Mystery Alaska.
Love that one.
Ooh, yeah.
Love
Between the Mighty Ducks and Mystery Alaska, I think those are my top 2 favorite hockey movies.
Another good one is Cutting Edge. Starts out as a hockey player. Another one is, oh man.
Okay, no, sorry. I'm sorry. Airborne was garbage. It was funny to watch.
Oh, come! Oh no!
But that movie
don't. I loved Airborne.
No, that movie was terrible. That shit might as well have been a hockey version of Air Bud.
What about Gleam in the Cube?
Not even seen that one on here. I'm looking through all the hockey movies right now.
Oh, it's not a hockey movie. It's more of a skateboarding movie.
Oh, there's Cutting Edge. I'm looking at all these hockey movies, and I shit you not, I've probably seen like 5 or 6 out of all of these.
Okay, starting off with Goon, Mystery Alaska, Slapshot, Miracle, which is based off a true story, Mighty Ducks, Slapshot 2, Sudden Death with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Never watched it.
All the I'm going to say all the Mighty Ducks. Happy Gilmore.
Technically, okay, so Happy Gilmore, I mean, again, that's literally only been like the first 5 minutes where he was a hockey player and then he decided to play golf.
Right.
That's the only reason why that is even listed as a hockey movie. 90% of that movie was him freaking playing golf.
Yeah. By the way, they're coming out with a sequel.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Let's see here. I'm trying to.
Come on, Deb. Man, I'm not even playing. I don't even have a reversed card. I don't have a draw 4. And you're over here slapping me with Uno. Fuck. I didn't even know we were playing, bro. Broette, I guess, would be the appropriate and or correct term.
I don't know what I mean. Why would you call sis?
Say what?
Sis. Because I mean, I can't call him brother, so I have to call him sister.
That's why I said broette.
I don't know if broette's a proper term.
Well, I can't say bro because, you know.
Or you could use the old-fashioned word cuz or cousin.
Sup, cuz? What's up? We're not going there because those movies were.
You already started it. That was on you. You didn't do the tongue
movies
thing.
Movies were dumb as shit.
You did. At least you didn't do the tongue thing, so that was good.
You didn't see me because my ass was below my logo over here. Yeah. I think, honestly, after the Wayans brothers were no longer in there, those movies just got stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know me, Deb. You know me. I try to be. I didn't know my door was still open, so I'm probably pestering the parents with my loud ass. I need a soundproof room.
I'm looking at all the hockey movies too, trying to see which ones I've actually seen.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've watched like maybe 6 or 7 of the hockey movies, and majority of them, I shit you not, were the Mighty Ducks. There's the Mighty Ducks 2, and then there was like the third one. And then there was Mystery Alaska, technically Happy Gilmore, but again, that is like a 3% hockey film, and the rest of that shit was all golf.
Well, Goon is a good one with Sean William Scott.
Don't like him as a goddamn actor. Personal preference. Not to say the movie is or isn't bad. I just haven't seen it because there are only certain... I can only stand Sean William Scott in certain movies, and that's only because the movie's hilarious as shit.
Like what?
I think, what was it? Role Models?
Like that one.
In that one?
He kicked butt in that one. That was so funny. Especially when they were actually at the LARP. When they come over the head of the thing. Yeah, they come in with a Minotaur truck. Minotaur truck, as they call it.
Yeah, Role Models. Yeah, there's something about him. I think, wasn't he in Drillbit Taylor too?
I have no idea about that one. That one was what's his name? Who was?
Oh no, that was God.
The one that was in
Owen Wilson,
the little cowboy guy.
Yeah, Owen Wilson.
Yeah. I have no idea about Drillbit Taylor was Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Drillbit Taylor was Owen Wilson.
We know.
Jen, we got it.
Thank you, love, though. Love you. Now, we're not going to go military movies. You know, that would just be so wrong. But it would fall under your Wayne's brothers thing if you. What was his name? Major Payne.
Major Payne was hilarious. The first time you watch it, the second time it's not nearly as funny.
No, it's not. There is a sequel to the Ryan Reynolds movies. The first one he did before he got him famous, where he was in college.
Oh my God, are you?
Yeah, Van Wilder.
Where they were in the frat club.
Van Wilder.
Yeah,
there's Wilder. Like third or fourth movie where he's a young guy and he's in the ROTC. I don't know if that counts, but
I still, dude. Even all the years I still do not remember what ROT stands for.
The Reserve Officer Training Corps. I believe Grace can back me up on that one.
That doesn't make any sense because it isn't essentially like pre-boot camp for military slugs.
For officers. It gives you credit. That doesn't help you much, but it does give you some credit. It doesn't mean you're going to be an officer when you go in, but it at least gives you a little boost.
That's like everything else. You finish college, you get a master's you get a master's degree in whatever. But this is because you have a master's degree in that field does not necessarily mean you're going to get hired for that field.
Right.
Which,
if we're going to go full on military ones, we're going to do Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay, so yeah, Grace says yes. Reserve Officer Training Corps.
Yeah. What was it? I believe it was Hacksaw Ridge. The one with what's it? Trying to remember names here.
I don't know. You know, what really sucks is I gotta freaking get a hold of Tyler and I gotta remake him another bracelet.
Okay, that's the one. Okay, that one is a Andrew Garfield movie. That's a different one.
Andrew Garfield. Isn't he the one that played Spider-Man?
Yep. He played Desmond Doss.
Shitty Spider-Man?
He was in World War II. He was a conscientious objector, but he still believed he should serve.
Yeah, wasn't he he was the medic who said that
he would not carry a gun.
That despite the sides that healing somebody was more of a beneficial thingy, whatever, to whatnot. Yeah, skinny white dude. Yeah.
The thing is, he got approved to go to war without carrying a weapon.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yep, that's what I said. But there was another one. Oh, cricky. Give me a second.
I got a random question for you. Do you guys do you know why they never say the number 5 when they do a countdown for any ballistics? Or even demolition work?
I do not.
I'm going to give a few moments in the chat to see if anybody actually knows the reason why.
Heartbreak Ridge is what I was trying to remember. Heartbreak Ridge.
Yeah. Oh, Heartbreak Ridge. No, I don't think it was in Heartbreak Ridge. That was with
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, Eastwood.
That one is a good movie.
One of my favorite war movies because he kicked the shit out of like the biggest dude
the Swede.
He's like, Swede, and then he like just manhandled him and put him on the ground, and he was like, after that he was top dog, and even the Swede was like, I'm afraid of this dude.
But Jenny's and my favorite military movie is actually The Great Escape.
Gotcha.
The Bridge Over the River Kwai is really good too.
All right. Well, for the few that have actually, you said you don't know, Grace said 5 is bad luck in Korea. The reason why, when they are doing a countdown for military or demolitions reasons, why they do not say the number 5 out loud is because it sounds like fire. Which in standard terms means pull the trigger or push the button.
Except in Spanish.
That's usually why you hear 6, and then a few seconds, like a second or two later, you hear 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's no 13th floor in most buildings.
Oh my god. That was a
13,
terrible ass movie. So that's some John Malkovich shit right there, 13th floor.
There is no 13th floor, but there is a movie called that.
Yes. It was a really bad movie.
Yeah, Marvel Peoples and Clint Eastwood. I love that movie.
Yeah. It's weird, Grace, like the random stuff, even though you guys served, the funny things you'll learn afterwards. Yeah, they don't say 5 when they're doing countdowns because it sounds like fire. And you do not want to push the button 4 seconds too damn early.
Unless you really want to get somebody off it.
Mario Van Peebles, not people. I love you, Deb.
Peebles. With a B, not with a P.
Mario Van Peebles.
He actually did a couple military movies, not just that one. He did one called Solo. He's an android in that one.
Went from hockey movie. We went from gardening to weather. Well, technically gardening to construction to paracord to weather to hockey movies and now to military movies.
We can go back
At
to
least
hockey.
it's not B-rated movies. Because God Almighty, we know we can sit on that shit for 4 hours.
My actual favorite one is a John Wayne movie.
Who's what?
Green Berets.
I don't think I've watched that one.
But the thing is that one of the guys in the movie basically knew he knew that people get buildings named after him if they die in battle. He chose something that would. He said he wanted a zinger. His last name was Provo.
Provo?
Provo. Provo.
Oh, Provo.
So he wanted the latrines named after him. Provo Privy.
I would have named something. I would have gone with Provolone.
But he chose the privies because everybody would always remember him for that.
No, dude, you go to a bank and trust because what's the first thing a bank and trust does? Is they loan you money. Provolone for a bank would have been hilarious.
Provolone would be a great place for a sandwich shop.
That too?
But I didn't think they had a sandwich shop. He just chose the latrines because he thought it zinged. It's a good movie though. Now another good one, if you want to go military movies, is The Fighting Seabees, also with John Wayne.
Never watched it.
It's where the starting of the Seabees, where they first. It's a fictional account of how the Seabees started. Not 100%
Because that was a propaganda machine.
pretty much.
Well, I mean, that's all war movies are. I mean, even war itself is nothing more than propaganda.
John Wayne, it was one of the John Wayne's movies where he passed away in that movie. His character literally died in that movie.
I don't know why the first word that came after John Wayne was Gacy, and I have no idea why.
Yes, you do.
No, I really
Because
don't.
that's the guy who was named after John Wayne.
Yeah,
Provolone.
Provolone. See, Grace likes him. I mean, can you walk into a bank? That'd be like, I'd be dying just looking at that title.
I'm sorry. I think Sandwich Shop would be better.
I mean, it would be a good. It would essentially you got the top two right there. Bank and a sandwich shop would be like the two top. You could go with Provolone.
Because
But
Provolone
how would
is
you
also a real thing.
what would you name the sandwich shop though? Because provolone is a cheese, and you got provolone as a bank would be perfect. How would you do that as a sandwich shop?
Oh, Deb, you are not wrong. Stripes. Bill Murray. John Candy. That's a fact, Jack.
I was gonna say though, isn't Stripes a horse racing movie?
No, the original Stripes. Original Stripes.
Are you
It's
talking
weird.
about the one where they're out there in the freaking with the IBCMs in the middle of the Russian winter?
No, that's a yes and no. They end up being in a heavily militarized RV. They take it out for the weekend. And they end up hooking up with a couple of female MPs. Basically, 2/3 of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, I can't even get rid of that.
The one that died.
Yeah, I think I've seen Stripes. But I'll tell you, it was definitely long after 81 because I was born in 81 and I think I watched that one.
1981.
That one where they're in the middle of the Russian winter and they've got the freaking Russian ICBM tank out there.
That one might be a different movie altogether. I think it was like Spies Like Us.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. Ha! I'm good.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, like I know movies. I'm sorry.
I know movies too. It's just sometimes my brain just doesn't process.
I lived over a video store, the VHS store back in the day.
Remember, you're also slightly sober, or well, you're sober and I'm drinks in.
Harold Ramis is his partner in Stripes.
By the way, I also started off before I got here. on
Oh,
this.
so
I
you
had
had a
one
head
at work.
start. You had a head start.
Oh no, cute girls and tanks. No, you're thinking Tank Girl.
That's a not quite military, but it is
Yeah,
interesting.
no bullshit. That's a futuristic military, technically.
Well, don't forget about the militaristic humanoid kangaroos.
I know I've heard of that movie, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Tank Girl, you've got to see Tank Girl.
Oh no,
Ice-T's
I've
in
seen Tank Girl. Tank Girl's hilarious. The
No,
damn
Tank Girl-
tank is possessed by a cat.
Ice-T is a kangaroo.
No, her tank was a cat.
No, but her partner or one of their partners is a kangaroo.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was a cybernetic kangaroo, but
No, not cyber. He's a genetically altered kangaroo who had a soul of a police officer.
yeah, but the tank itself was possessed. I don't know how the soul of a cat possesses an inanimate object.
I don't know. They didn't really portray that in the movie. They didn't.
Technically, so around 2:00 today, I had nachos at work. Okay, and then my boss got to work because we're starting to get low on employees. 2 of my employees are pretty much done by the end of this month. One is out on the 19th, and the other one's out at the end of the month. So we're sitting there trying to figure out what we got to do for employment, and it's funny that he always we bounce back and forth like ideas like what we need to do between me and him, because I've worked with him longer than just about everybody else, even though he has. So technically my second shift relief is his stepson, but me and him talk more about certain things than he does with him. But yeah, before I left, he was you want spicy, he was like, for some reason he got to work and he was in the mood for a spicy beverage, so we had 2 high-octane drinks before we left.
One of Jenny's favorite movies is Tank Girl, by the way.
Which was what her what again?
Tank Girl is one of Jenny's favorites.
Oh yeah, dude, I love Tank Girl. If it pops on Netflix, I will watch it.
I loved the Let's Fall in Love scene. Yeah, they do the whole production number at the brothel.
Like it doesn't help. It does kind of slightly help the fact that Tank Girl actually was kind of cute.
Lori Petty? Yes. Yeah. She still is.
And it also doesn't, detract from the fact that she was wearing some rather skimpy shorts and a almost fairly revealing outfit.
Well, I don't know about that too much because I haven't really read the comics. But
you gotta watch the movie.
I've seen the movie is all I've seen. But that was the actual the little snippets they showed from the comic intermixed in the movie. She was the most closest to the actual Tank Girl.
I'd love to see a remake of Tank Girl. We'll see how they do that now with technology.
Now, who would be Tank Girl?
Depends on who the hell they want to cast, but I mean, it's like every other movie. You want to see a sequel, but at the same time, it's like, who's the best cast for said sequel?
That's a whole different topic on us the other day because we'd be going down a rabbit hole with that one.
I mean, the biggest rabbit hole right now, look at all of so out of all of the franchises of movies, the worst series of sets for that they keep typecasting everyone, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. I am sorry to say this for both Marvel and DC.
Iron Man.
They've had the same Iron Man for the last 6 movies.
He's dead now.
Spider-Man has changed 4 times. Superman is 6 times in. Every Superman movie they make, it's a new goddamn character. It's a new actor. Same with Batman. They
Joker.
not once. Well, I mean, yeah, okay. You've got the new Joker, which is
how many Jokers have there
Joker
been?
with freaking Joaquin Phoenix. I'm sorry.
How many Jokers have there been?
they've never. Again, Marvel. Those three franchises, they have never kept the same.
Okay, one's Marvel, the rest are DC.
Regardless, they still have not kept the same character for more than one freaking movie.
Wonder Woman has.
That's the only exception.
Aquaman has.
Aquaman, I'll give you that one.
The Flash as well, technically.
No, the Flash, the guy that they had for the series is the one that they should have cast for the damn movies.
I 100% agree with you, but I don't know why they didn't, but they did anyway. They did connect the two together because
they only technically connected the two through like one of the Flashpoint events, but at the same time, the guy who played the Flash in the movies, I hate to say, well, you know what? I don't even hate to say it. I'm dead honest. That guy sucked ass.
He's not Grant.
No. I'll probably get a lot of flack for this, but they seriously could not have picked a more queer actor to play the Flash than they picked for that guy.
But they did do one really cool thing on the Flash series. They brought in the original TV show Flash.
Yes.
They did.
And it wasn't just like a cameo during one episode. No.
They brought him fully back.
He was in multiple episodes. At one point, he was technically Barry's dad.
Yep.
Before the Reverse Flash killed him, found him again on Earth 76, and they've been back and forth through like 8 seasons.
Jay Garrick.
Yeah. Still with, by the way, his original Flash suit.
Right. Which is
not
really
a
cool.
remake, not something for 2020. 2020.
He was the most buff Flash I've ever seen.
Had the original metal helmet with the wings and the same like basically almost like leather flight jacket style suit.
Right. They did have the what's his name with the metal helmet with the wings. That's a different one. But not Jay Garrick. Yeah, Jay Garrick, the original.
It was like reverse Jay Garrick.
No, that's the Reverse Flash. There was no reverse Jay Garrick. But the original Jay Garrick had the helmet. Then we had Barry Allen. Then we had Wally West. Then we had a couple others in between.
See,
Eobard Thawne was the Reverse Flash.
He definitely made one hell of a bad guy. Dead honest.
He did. Then they had his kids.
Oh,
Bart Allen.
Damn it! What was his stupid? What the hell did he go by?
There's actually 2 different Wally Wests, by the way.
Yeah. But I'm trying to remember what his actual superhero name. He wasn't
Impulse.
They didn't call him that in the series though.
Kid Flash.
Yeah, Kid Flash. That's where I was going.
That was Wally West originally. Yeah. But Bart Allen, who's the grandson of Barry Allen.
But remember, he also had a daughter.
Yes.
According to the TV series, he had a daughter in the future.
Now, according to the comic books, he had twins originally with Iris. Then they had Bart by themselves because Bart was stuck at full speed from birth.
Well, remember, it's also the fact that he has gone back in time so many times and has altered the timeline that we actually do not really know what timeline these damn kids come from anymore.
Well, I do know that one time I remember reading Iris was not from our time. She was from the future.
Oh, you're talking about Iris, his wife, Iris West?
Now that she married him, yeah, Barry's wife, Iris.
Yeah, because I mean, technically, at one point before one of the flashpoints, she was not Iris West. She was Iris Thawne.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things.
Because one of the cops from that timeline before he was the they were the parents of Eubart Thawne when the cop killed himself in the I think it was like season 2
Oh, I have no idea.
when he offed himself physically in the tunnel at the oh my god
I know that. Yeah, we know where.
Yeah, again, too many timelines, too many flashpoints.
Right.
And yet somehow he was still the only Flash that did not get destroyed by the damn Time Reapers.
No, he did eventually. Because one of the things he had trouble with is that he got shot in the head.
Is what?
He has a bullet hole straight through his head, skull. He's outrunning death, basically.
That's like an alternate version, though.
He's a remnant. I'm not sure. So just like a God's, there's Godspeed, there was Savitar, and all this other stuff. So those
Godspeed was not even a true Flash. His abilities were because he kept stealing all of the power from the other Flashes throughout multiple timelines.
Right. But
he never actually had true speed.
Now, Iris actually had speed for a little bit.
That was only because of I think that was only because of the serum.
No, hers was actually initially someone swapped Barry's powers with her.
So again, yeah, that was one of the random weird flashpoints where he altered reality and everything was all
No. One of the guys who had a meta power from that dark energy stuff.
Yeah.
He could steal and swap powers. So he touched Barry and he touched Iris. So Barry's power went into Iris for a while. So she got to be the Flash for a while. Just so not as interesting as when Oliver Queen got to be the Flash for a while.
Okay, now that reality was funny, but you got to admit the shit that Oliver did to Barry, and then when Barry did it to Oliver, was hilarious.
He should have expected it.
No, they really should have.
The thing is,
the only one that remembered was for some reason was Barry.
No,
and he did it on purpose with the exact same.
He did it out of spite, though. He did it out of spite.
Oh, he definitely, dude. You saw the shit-eating grin that he had when he did it to Oliver. He was like, that's what you get, stupid.
And yes, they weren't even on the regular Earth. They were on Supergirl's Earth.
Yeah, they were on alternate Earth. They were on like Earth. Was she's like
whatever
Earth
hers was at the time,
or something like that.
Something like that. I have no idea, but he figured out how to use his powers faster than he learned how to use a bow and arrow and how to fight like Oliver.
He's also studied Oliver. Now, remember, the Flash is a genius.
Well, he may be a genius, but still, Oliver figured out how to use his powers faster.
I think, again, because you have the same problem on both sides. They're both rather smart.
Oh, yeah.
You got to figure Oliver survived a boat crash, losing most of his family. Actually, all of his family.
His dad. This is dad.
No, he lost his dad and I think his brother.
He didn't have a brother.
In the series? No, maybe it was his brother. No, that was his friend.
Yeah, his friend.
You're right. Yeah, he lost his friend and his dad.
Tommy Merlin was his best friend.
Yeah, because his dad technically shot himself so he could survive, and then his friend died shortly after. But yeah, he survived being alone on an island, prison island.
I'm not really that part about the being alone part, but not being alone part. That always didn't set well with me. But
I almost feel like he was trained by the same clan that Ra's al Ghul runs.
Now, in the comics, that's not true. They kind of fudged a lot of stuff on that to make him look more like Batman. But in the comics, he actually hired one of the world's best worst assassins to train him and his family how to fight. They put him on an island, and he ended up sending like 25 of the world's toughest assassins to after them, and he had to defeat them all without using a bow.
I mean, that's one way to learn.
But he trained them before he did all that. That was the final test.
I mean, that's like the same with Batman. And if you look at the lore first on Batman, it's not like he just learned all of that shit out of nowhere just because he got stuck in a cave.
Right.
He trained under numerous martial artists.
Right. And
in order to get to where he's
actually hired this guy to do the training, and his son and his daughter. And here's the thing. His son, I'm not sure if you know about him, Connor Hawk.
The name sounds extremely vaguely familiar.
Okay, when you look at him, he's 1/4 Korean, 1/4 black, half white.
Interesting.
And he's got really good looks, blonde hair like his dad. And while he's really good with the bow, he's a better martial artist. And according to the DC universe, he's like number 4 in the world of martial artists.
Well, I mean, look at Green Arrow when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. When he fights, even with the bow, it still looks like he's enacting some sort of martial arts training.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You cannot do stuff like that without having some sort of background in that field.
Yeah, DC universe. Let's see, the CW verse or Arrowverse is a little different, but yeah, pretty close. There was one thing that happened to Connor that he got killed, and he got brought back. He was bathed in dragon's blood, which basically gave him some superhuman abilities, but he lost the ability to use a bow as well as his dad. But his martial arts skills got ramped up.
I don't know. I think I'd rather have 100% activated martial arts skills, because at that point, you're going to see everything before it even gets near you. You literally be able to dodge bullets at the last second without even flinching.
Well, one of the things that powers gave him was enhanced durability and a few other things. I don't know exactly. I'm not right now.
That would make sense if you're literally bathed in ancient dragon's blood, because your skin's basically going to be armor.
He was being taken out by a serial killer named Automatopoeia. Yeah, he makes sound effects, basically. Instead of saying anything, he opens the door and it creaks. He makes the exact same sound.
It should be like the dude from Police Academy.
Something like that, but he doesn't do full-on sentences or anything like that. He's got a mask that looks like a consecutive squirrels.
Spiral.
Yeah. He's went up against Batman. He collects the masks of unpowered superheroes.
Yeah, good luck getting that from Batman.
He missed out on Batman. He shot a Deadshot in the face. Deadshot. Deadshot walked away.
Yeah, Deadshot's mask is not just there for looks. That is an armored mask. He
wears a mask. He wears an armored mask under his mask. So he's got 2.
Yeah, that's like trying to take Deadpool's head. This shit ain't gonna happen.
Well, one of the things that Green Arrow did, which I consider a really awesome thing, is that when Automatopoeia shot Connor and he was in surgery, he basically, to keep Automatopoeia from getting away, he basically put an explosive tip arrow in the guy's mouth at full draw for over an hour. His bow is not a light bow at all. He held it for an hour.
No, holding that in that position for an hour would suck on the triceps and biceps.
But he was trained to be that good.
He was trained with a bow, but there's a difference between being trained for accuracy and being able to hold something under that tension.
Remember, this is not a compound either. This is a full-on recurve longbow thing.
Yeah, it'd be like the equivalent of you holding your 100-pounder draw for an hour.
I don't think I could get even a quarter of the way through. I mean, I could hold it for a while, but it's tough.
Honest, I would like to see you do that for 10 minutes at a 100-pound draw. I
haven't shot that one in a while, so I'm not sure if I can.
Yeah, I was going to say, I honestly do not think you could do it.
No, the longest I've held it was probably about a minute and a half, but that was because I was holding it for a reason.
I can do maybe like the standard Samick, which is what, like set at like 45. I think I can hold that for maximum maybe 3 minutes.
My 55-pounder I can hold longer because that's my standard one I usually carry. Anything 55 pounds and under I can hold for a long time. By 65-pounder, a little longer.
Yeah, see, that's pushing it once you start hitting.
I can hold for about maybe 2 minutes tops.
Yeah, technically, Craven did take Deadpool's head, but it's not like it stopped Deadpool from getting it back.
Here's the question. Would he grow another head or another body?
Say what?
Deadpool.
What about Deadpool?
Okay, Craven took his head. Wouldn't his body grow another head?
No, actually. So the way Deadpool's powers work is because he was part of the Weapon X. He was a side effect of the Weapon X project.
So he has his willpower part, probably.
Deadpool, technically, unless you obliterate him molecularly, he cannot be killed. He is hard as hell to kill.
What I mean is, you basically cut him in half. Both have the same abilities.
But he will. So the problem. So here's the thing with that. Even if you cut him directly straight down, you split him in twain, he will not grow two different sides and be two Deadpools. Each side will continue to function while not bleeding out. But it's like watching flopping fish on a dry dock.
You know, Blake.
Eventually, right? He will pull himself together and he will refuse.
Right. You know who they say the most powerful person in the DC universe is?
Miss Marvel. Nope. Well, actually, technically, would be Rogue.
Nope. Those are Marvel, not DC.
Oh, DC? Yeah, no, I would say Batman.
Wrong. They said it's Plastic Man.
How the do Plastic Man? I know Plastic Man's abilities, but at the same time, exposure to the sun
he's invulnerable
would weaken his molecular bond.
He's actually immortal.
No, there's no way because again, extreme exposure to the sun would destroy his molecular bond.
Nope. It goes down to they found him 3 million years after the Earth pretty much went to hell in little pebbles on the bottom of the floor of the ocean floor. They pulled them all together and he reconstituted himself. So he's basically immortal and just as annoying. And the only reason he became a superhero because of a flip of a coin.
I mean, I guess I can see that because, I mean, plastic, it will technically degrade, but at the same time, you still have microplastics, which
don't degrade.
Unless you're a goddamn tardigrade munching on plastic.
But according to the...
Technically, essentially, you would not really disappear.
He doesn't. That's what they found, like microplastic versions of himself all over the ocean floor. And they pulled enough pieces together to him to reconstitute himself. Now, it doesn't mean he was perfectly sane or anything. Not that he was sane in the first place, but he is basically immortal.
No, I got him right there, Grace. What are you talking about? I may be like 4 drinks in. Well, actually, shit, what am I at? Technically 6 because I did pre-sauce before I left work.
Okay. 1-1.
Score! No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Grace. No, this is all I have left, so
11.
33. It didn't take me long enough. I responded within a minute, Grace.
I said hi
Actually,
when he came in.
Oh, sorry, 2 minutes. It took me 2 minutes. I wasn't sure if I should respond or not because, I mean, I'm physically talking on here.
I'm paying
But
attention.
no, I acknowledged his comment when he said Ron Craven the Hunter took Deadpool's head. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, but Craven is also. Oh, there's supposed to be a new Craven movie coming out.
Dude, I'm actually looking forward to watching the new Crow remake.
I heard about that. Oh, that's another series. I'm not sure if he's Marvel or DC. Different crows every freaking time.
No, see, that's an odd one because I know they specified in one that it took place in one. I just don't remember which one.
I can't tell you if it's Marvel or DC. I can't.
I can't either.
Now, there are some characters in the DC that would work really well with Crow, and that's Deadman. Do you know who he is?
I would think, honestly, for the Crow series, it'd be an odd one because it's technically City of the Dead, or at least he
They
was.
did that version. Yeah, I remember the movie.
Technically, so here's the weird thing. The Crow is essentially the male version of Catwoman.
Not
If
really.
you think about it. He was technically killed
Like cats.
through the lore of the first movie. He was pushed out of the bell tower of a church.
I thought it
He
was
died
apartment.
technically on the steps of said church, but since he was on hallowed ground, and due to some weird mysterious power, he was resurrected by crows. So he is neither dead nor alive. He is essentially what would be considered a vampire and or a zombie,
or spirit.
which is the same as Catwoman.
No,
If you-
man.
Catwoman was, if you watched the original first version when Catwoman actually, she was pushed out of the window.
Michelle
or-
Pfeiffer version.
yeah, when she killed herself and she jumped off the building in the snow or whatever,
And the
and
cats.
all the cats came to her aid and somehow miraculously resurrected a dead body in the wintertime. Think about it, it's more or less the same. It's the same fundamental.
Which Catwoman is your favorite?
Dead honest, Halle Berry.
Eartha Kitt.
I didn't like the first version, the original Catwoman, like I said, the one where she died in the snow and was resurrected.
No, I'm talking about the original versions back in the Adam West.
Oh, I don't think I remember the Adam West ones, but yeah.
He's
I have to say Halle Berry.
There was 3
personally,
different versions of Catwoman in the Adam West series. There was Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt, and Lee Merriweather.
here's an odd one. This is going to sound weird, but I think Uma Thurman would have made an interesting Catwoman.
He made a better Poison Ivy.
She also technically made a better assassin because I believe she was in Kill Bill.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, she was the one that. I think she would have made an interesting Catwoman. I think she has the physique to portray.
Too tall.
Yeah.
Too tall.
But she's also, it's that lankiness. I mean, that's essentially, you have to have that flexibility and lankiness.
To a point, yeah. Now, Anne Hathaway, I'm sorry, I love her, but no. Not a fan. I've not seen the new version with the Batman. I have not seen the Batman yet.
No, if you're talking about Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, yeah, no.
No, this was after that. The new Batman.
As like Poison Ivy or just?
She was. There's a new person who's portraying Catwoman in the Batman. And what's his name from the Twilight movies is the Batman.
Yeah, I heard about that one. No, I'm sorry, no thanks.
Robert Pattinson is Batman.
No thanks.
I have not seen it, so
I dead honest. I watched Batman versus Superman when it came out on Netflix, and I'm sorry, that movie was 135% trash.
Now, in the Flashpoint movie, they did something interesting. They started off with Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne.
No, I'm sorry. Ben Affleck. That again, the reason why I hated Batman versus Superman. Ben Affleck never should have been cast
Let
as
me finish. When they did the Flashpoint thing, George Clooney became Batman.
Yes, for the last like 2 minutes of the stupid movie.
But it still counts. But they did reference in all the Flashpoint series, in the TV series, Michael Keaton's Batman.
He was technically, even in that movie, for like a brief moment, he was.
No, the guy, that reporter was, because he was on the bench with a paper, and he saw the bat signal.
Yeah, because again of the freaking Flashpoint, but I still did not like the guy that they played or they cast for the Flash in these movies.
I know. One of the things that in that whole Arrowverse series, when they brought in Kevin Conroy to play Batman.
But yeah, I mean, like,
he was
all like, even with every bit of the Flashpoint, like every turning point or every Flashpoint episode, they did. I mean, of course, they did all their standard crossovers. So you had a crossover between Arrowverse, Supergirl, and sometimes even Batman.
Legion of Legends of Tomorrow, and they did Batwoman. Sorry, not
they
Batman.
did. They also did. If you actually pay attention, Black Lightning is part of the DC universe.
It is now. It wasn't originally. They tried to keep it separate, but it didn't work out.
But because of the TV series Flashpoint, when they did the like the 3-part episode or whatever,
Crisis on Infinite Earths is when they did that. Yeah,
that was part of it. But at the same time, for just before we're going to get a slightly bit into this before we end, comic book related, or like even we
got 3 minutes till 11 my time.
I've got 5 according to my clock, but so Black Lightning started off as Static Shock. If you've ever watched the series Static Shock, he goes into the future with his little tech buddy, and I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Oh,
he meets himself in the like 20 years in the future, and the guy that
50s?
he meets, his name is Black Lightning. It is not Static Shock. Static Shock is basically a teenage version of the powered up Lightning.
Static Shock was the name of the show. Static was his name. But the thing is, in the comic books, he meets Black Lightning.
Yes, he meets himself in the future.
No. Not this is a different character. Because Black Lightning ends up leading the Justice League. If you didn't know that.
Batman was the one that started the Justice League, and
no one else wanted it. He didn't like the way that everything was being led, so they voted him because he was the right person for the job.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, like, he would have a slew of enemies that he would not be able to stop. Technically, he would not be able to stop Plastic Man.
Nope.
Because again, plastic/rubber is a non-electric
conductive material. Yes, we know. Metamorpho, he couldn't do that against him either.
I mean, unless he was like channeling the power of like 14 nuclear batteries, I don't think he could even stop Superman.
I don't know. Though, let me see here. And that when I was thinking when Jefferson actually led the Justice League as Black Lightning, he met a young new kid who just acquired his powers due to some aliens. But they changed it in the comics. Don't ask me why. By the way, the guy you were trying to remember is Gear.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But they actually introduced him as a secondary set of your kids who got kidnapped, and because they had the gene to become, superpowered, and he acquired his abilities to be like Static, but he didn't have the Dakota series version of his powers. So
Yeah, see,
I love Static Shock. It's my favorite
Gear,
show.
though, like, he technically had a meta ability, but he really didn't. He was just really smart when it came to tech.
Yep, that his intelligence increased.
That was it. I would not necessarily consider that a meta ability.
A couple other abilities. When he was gifted powers for a while, he was push.
Well, I mean, his abilities are what no different than freaking what the hell is Superman's enemy, Brainiac?
Brainiac 5.
Yeah, I mean,
Brainiac 5 is actually the superhero. Brainiac, regular Brainiac.
The amount of Brainiacs that they've had throughout the generations of like we've watched, and I think the last one I watched was Brainiac was like a level 12 intel. Yeah, I know. I got like 2 minutes.
12 level intelligence, yes.
Yeah, level 12 intelligence, which essentially made him a super genius. I guarantee Lex Luthor still would have stomped the shit out of him.
Batman would have.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've never
level
seen.
12 intelligence, but it does
I've always
not
wanted to know what would happen between Lex Luthor and Batman, but they never put them together.
It'd be horrible.
Batman would whoop his butt.
Oh, Batman! Yeah, Batman was stumped. They're both technically considered super genius, but Batman has
multi-billionaires. They're both
Yeah, dude, that's essentially like throwing Iron Man in the mix with the three of them. You've got three super geniuses that are basically billionaires.
Tony does the billionaire for the philanthropist Playboy thing.
Playboy for life, yeah.
That's what Bruce says. You too,
right? That's exactly what I. Yeah, but I mean, you essentially have three of them, both Marvel and DC. But at the same time, you've got three guys with probably like dead honest the exact same intelligence level.
Well, actually, there's one more guy that you probably haven't even considered. Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to go with Barry Allen, technically he is a genius.
Now, here's the thing: there was some guy collecting all the geniuses in the world, in the universe, on the DC in this one world. I'm not sure what Earth it was or whatever. He collected everybody he thought was the smartest on this particular intelligence list, and he collected Mr. Terrific and Batman and a bunch of other people, including Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I think.
And the thing is, they're going off a list, and Batman and Mr. Terrific basically cheat because one thing that Mr. Terrific did, he's the one that made the list, and he put himself at third on purpose.
Oh, that's funny.
He made himself third, not first, but third on purpose. Now, is he rival Batman? Yes, but he doesn't have the detective skills.
That is hilarious. So, all right, folks. So,
it's time.
That note aside, we're going to end this technically on comic book and Marvel DC talk, movies or otherwise. I am out of drink. Oh, look who finally showed up. It's Macus, a Crackus, Attackers, a Smackus, a Wackus. Mac. Mac. Mac.
Hey, he's got to say goodbye.
Yes, we are definitely bound by my NDA, so this is a hilarity value of do not talk about this shit afterwards, because I will come to your house and I will bury you in your own backyard.
Anyway, like Jenny for that purpose.
Joking aside, folks, thank you all for joining me tonight. Colin, Jenny, Molly, Jason, Grace,
Ian's in the other room, so yeah.
Blake, Rob, and Rabbit for the brief moment he was here, and Sarah.
No CR.
No CR. We did not talk about food.
Yes, we did. Your lasagna. We talked about it.
No, we only mentioned briefly what the hell I was eating, and that was it. But anyways, folks, thank you all for joining me for this lovely Saturday. And you all have a great night. Have a great weekend. Don't do anything I would or would not do. Y'all be safe, be well, and we will definitely see you on